Hello again, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. We are at Holloway Field for some high school football. Pioneers versus the visiting Pinckney Pirates. I'm Nick Wisniewski, joined, as always, Kevin the Mayor Bryant. Kevin, it's chilly. It's a little damp out. What are we in for tonight?
Well, two teams that are headed in the opposite direction. The Pioneers, we've seen them over the last couple weeks, 4 games in a row that they've taken care of their opponents. The Pirates, they are preparing for probably their banquet. I mean, they haven't won a game all season long. Pioneer is in the revenge mode as well because this series starts and ends with last season because they've only played one time.
Only one meeting to this point, so no real records, no
History.
bulletin board material, no history, so you never know what you might get. Stick around. We've got kickoff on CTN's Game of the Week. And here we are, everybody. CTN Sports Game of the Week. Final game of this fall season.
Where did the season go, Nick?
Nuts, isn't it? It just flies by, absolutely flies by. But we're going to end it. We're going to end it right here at Holloway Field. Exactly right. Exactly right. Pinckney Pirates getting ready to kick away to the home Pioneers. As you saw coming in, Pinckney not the greatest of seasons for them thus far.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's a rough start, but I mean, that's what these kids need to do. They need to see this through, play strong, and you're building on next season. As we've got this Pinckney roster in front of us, there is a lot of young players.
The blocks are in place.
Holy cow, are there a lot of 10th graders, a lot of sophomores in there.
That was Connor Weaver on the kick.
Kick goes away, bounces out of bounds. That was 77, that was Weaver? Yes.
Yeah, it was Weaver. You were mentioning, Nick, there's only a couple players on the team that has their name on the back end. Weaver's one of them. Can't get him wrong.
He's one of them, that's right. And now we'll see Pioneer, who we saw last week with some explosive offense, especially in that second half against Huron.
Yeah, they came out and they were really dialed up in that second half, right down to the final second, the final play. And it was all by Kalen Wong, but not to display all of the players on his team that showed up. Wong was just the leader, and he really attacked that defense for the River Rats and all over the field in various fashions, and really just inspired his players in that second half to step up.
Right, you are. Kalen Wong was a warrior, a leader last week, but like you said, he did have plenty of help along the way. Leighton Lage will be one of those players. That's 23, who's his back behind him there. And Lage will get the handoff to start and try to cut outside. Couple of hands on him behind the line of scrimmage, and if you're Pinckney, that's what you like on your opponent's senior night.
Carruthers, Nolan Joe Carruthers, a junior, that was on the tackle there. But Lage looked like he was just about to get his footing. He was slipping out of that first tackle, and just for the Pirates, luckily enough that he couldn't get his footing down.
Wong now empty backfield, looks right, And it looked like that might have been a timing miscue there, or just a straight-up misread by the wideout.
Yeah, you can see Brabs getting talked to at the top of the screen there by the coaching staff. It looked like Brabs went out on that play and turned around the block, as opposed to, you can see the offensive coordinator there, talking about turning around and looking for the ball, Nick. He looked like he was out there on the pass protection.
And can we go back to that tackler from 2 plays ago, Nolan Joe Carruthers? That's a football player's name. That is a football player's name right there. I like it. And we've got a timeout by the Pirates, I believe. 11:28 to go. Only 32 seconds into this one. The Pirates, they want to make sure they get this one right, I guess is the idea. I mean, they've got to respect what Wong and this Pioneer offense can do. It's 3rd and long, but you don't want to give up this long play early on.
Yeah, and for the Pinckney Pirates, I guess they're playing each down and each series as these are the victories we need to make to put Pioneer on the defense because they're such a strong team.
That is completely. I mean, I'm not down there, but I think that is a completely correct assessment of what's going on down there right now. Jason
Carpenter, the head coach for the Pirates, I mean, he's definitely had a tough season this year. 2 years ago, they were in the postseason. So, but they're building for the future.
Pioneers now again 3rd and 13, scrimmaging from their 30.
Oh, they got this Farha kid down here in the long by himself.
Is Powell. Throws it across his body to Evan Burkhart. Burkhart can't bring that one in, and that's going to be a 3 and out for the Pioneers.
Coach Griggs has to be totally upset with this first drive from his offense. A lot of nonchalant play, a lot of mistakes, and that's exactly what you don't want to have in a game that the other team has everything to win and you have everything to lose.
And I think you're exactly right there, and for sure Coach Griggs has got to be frustrated by this because you don't want to be looking past this team that's on the field in front of you right now. High punt away now there, and that one bounces pretty handily past Nolan Joe Carruthers. I will only refer to him by his full name.
You have to. Yeah, I mean, he was, and they put it on the roster for a reason.
That's right. That's right. And now we can see what the Pinckney Pirates bring to the table.
The Pirates have, only, and I say only, 2 games that they did not score. So they have an offense that can put points on the board. And Pioneer, one of the things that we've talked about several of the games that we've been covering is their tackling. And it goes, if their tackling has been solid, they can really build up some momentum. But if not, they're playing scoreboard, where they're trying to just outscore their opponent.
Pinckney now from the shotgun. He's got a running back to his immediate right, 2 left wide, 2 right, right wide.
Easy man, for you to say.
Wow, the Pioneers not the only one driving on his first downs. And that one came up, nice cutback by the Pinckney receiver to bring that one in.
That's a freshman quarterback to just drop that ball, Jax Raymond. What a pass, back shoulder pass. Better play, though, by the receiver turning around and locating that pill.
And if I'm not mistaken, that'd be Hayden Beaver that came back and made that catch. And you're right, freshman QB.
What a time to start him. I mean, the season, it's in the tank, so on the road against a big squad like Pioneer, good job for the coaching staff.
And that running play is eaten up immediately up the middle.
Oh, that was just total lookout blocks there, and huge play coming in for the Pioneers. And again, not sure who 81 was because I have like 9 rosters for the Pioneers, and I'm not sure if this is the home black away roster that I'm supposed to use. He's just not on it.
We've got a lot of resources at this point in the season. There's no doubt about that.
I'm sure a lot of teams miss jerseys this time of the year. Kids not playing anymore. Where's that jersey?
Right, mom and dad find that thing in January.
With mold.
Raymond there drops it down, goes out to the far side into the Pioneer bench area.
Smart decision there by Raymond, though. Quick thought when no one is open, just to make something positive out of that play. And you can see him looking to his right first. Nothing was there. And as a young quarterback, you don't need to go through 3 or 4 different reads. If that first, maybe second one's not there, tuck and run, son.
And you're right, just try to find anything. That left side looked open. He went up and got it. 3rd and 10 now from the original line of scrimmage. Raymond back on the move. He's looking deep, and he might have a man down there. That's up and just knocked away by the Pioneer defender. Great job there.
Still another good pass there by Raymond, though. He put it in a great position for his receiver to make the catch here, Nick. And you can see he has eyes behind him because Bowling is coming downhill. And good pass here where it was right on the money.
And he had Nolan Joe Carruthers looking downfield. Levi Rosenberg. Nolan Joe Carruthers.
Love that name.
And that was Rosenberg on the defensive stop for the Pioneers. And that will be it for this Pinckney drive.
Malik Farha back for Pioneer.
Quick drop and kick. That thing came in fast. Farha picks that one up for the return, makes a man miss, trying to get to the outside. And we talk an awful lot about Farha and how fast he is and the things that he can do back there. We've got a flag on the play, though. Almost always going to be a block in the back.
I still, Farha's a gambling guy. I mean, he had persons around him, and I say persons, let's count. There's one right in his grill, maybe 3 inches away from him, and he still has the gumption to go down there and grab one of those balls. We talked about that last week when one of the Huron guys went down there and grabbed the ball, slipped right through his hands because this is not the time of the year where that pigskin gets a little bit slippery.
Yeah, Farhad, like you said, though, a little bit of a gambler. He likes to do it, and I'm going to assume that Pioneer bench trusts him with that play for the most part. But you're right. If we were to pull that camera back and maybe get a little overhead, get that blimp angle that we get, there's at least 6 dudes real close, within 5 yards.
Yeah, coming at him.
And that penalty will go against the Pioneers, so they'll be starting off from their own 12-yard line. They've got a lot of field in front of them. Wong from the shotgun, 3 wide left. Quick pass out to Farha, who we've just been talking up. Makes one man miss, but the Pinckney, nice job there, gang tackling, multiplayer tackling.
Well, and a thing to keep in mind, too, Nick, is that, the game is still 0-0, but there's definitely some scouts in the stands looking over the Pioneer team to check them out for whoever they match up with next week. They're ranked number 20th in Division I, and the top 32 get into the postseason, so they're definitely in.
Quick handoff here on 2nd and 5. I think that was Lage that came down.
Lage is so fast, he would just hit that hole so hard.
Hit that ground pretty hard, too. His legs came out from under him. I don't know how that tackle worked out for him.
It still gains a first down, but look at how he cuts right through there. And yeah, again, I think Lage he was making a cut, and he lost his footing.
Yeah, that left leg just shot out from underneath him, and he went down. You're right.
Well, you know what? This field, we thought it has that rubber, that rubber up under it. No, it's made of synthetic coconut. That's what's under these fields.
Just like from Gilligan's Island. And another handoff to Lage there. He's got his footing just fine, and he's going to drag a couple of Pirates all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Nice little 19-yard jaunt there for Lage. And look at how the blocking is setting on the edge there. You can see Burkhart doing a good job, and even Brabs down the field. When you get big runs, it's usually because the wideouts are doing a great job of blocking.
And Levi Pothola came in for the tackle there, and Lage just dragged him 2-3 yards up, going backwards, moonwalking him in. Another first down for the Pioneers, and they might have something going here. 1st and 10 now, scrimmaging from their 40-yard line. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another one to Lage, up to about the 45 now.
Yeah, they're running between the guards right here. Watch this, it's a trap. Number 74 comes through. Doesn't even have to make a block, really, because Lage is getting up the field so fast. And who's that on the tackle there, Nick?
Oh, you know.
Yeah,
Joe Carruthers. This kid is offense, defense. Holy cow. Like it. Like what's going on.
Definitely probably a captain as well, too.
Only a junior, but yeah, he could very well be. I mean, when you see somebody in on a plays like this, very likely. And there's that fake sweep. That's to El Kakani, but he's brought down at the 40. And is that possibly just trying to get a little too fancy with the offense there? Maybe not necessary?
Well, I mean, you are preparing for the postseason, so running a little bit of, trick plays, but trying to catch that defense has been aggressive the last couple of times to be over-aggressive and try to counter them. Unfortunately, Miller for the Pirates was right there waiting for Al-Kakani.
3rd and 9 now for the Pioneers after that Al-Kakani run.
This is where Wong really gets loose.
Quick pass out to Al-Kakani again in the slot, and he spins away, and he appears to have that first down.
Yeah, that was a superior timing route there, and you can see how Wong just immediately turns, takes a step, and fires it. That was a 5-step route there by Al-Kakani. Turn around, soft zone there for the Pirates.
Soft zone, you're right. Nice block out by Brabs out there on the outside as well, though.
See Coach Griggs there, pretty pleased. We've seen him a couple times this season where he hasn't been, let's just say, that calm.
All right, fresh set of downs now for the Pioneers coming up. And that's a flag. False start is the quick call on the Pioneers, so they'll be pushed back.
And he looked like he was motioning to the center, like the center picked the ball up off the ground. The official came in and he motioned his hand like the center, what was that, 74, Frost, had picked up the ball and moved it a little bit too much for him, for his liking. Didn't see much on that play, though.
Didn't see tons of movement there, but whatever it wasn't good for the Pioneers. Wong, this play not good for him.
Ooh. Took a big hit there at the end, too, from guess who? I mean, that's how we just say, guess who?
He's out
Nolan Joe Carruthers. Look at the end of this play when Wong is leaning forward, and who gets enough of a pop on him. But right here, oof.
Yeah, Weaver wrapped him up there. Weaver, as we can see, the lone name on those Pinckney jerseys. But you're right. Nolan Joe Carruthers came in with some force and put one on Wong.
I believe Weaver's dad is the head of the
jersey company. It was the booster club. Yeah.
Raise enough money.
Carruthers coming off now for the second down.
Might have been shaken up on that hit.
Very possible. Very possible. Nonetheless, 2nd and 14 to go here now for Pie High. Pioneer in that spread offense. Wong looks left quickly, finds his man right.
It's Brabs again on another similar route. If the Pirates are going to sit back in that soft zone, Pioneers are feeling good about just planting in front of them and turning around and catching the ball.
5 or 6.
Wong's not even taking a 3-step drop. It's just 1 step, turning and letting it go.
And that is going to be something that I think the Pinckney's probably going to pull away from, because eventually these Pioneers are going to burn you. They're making these throws to Brabs, who's quick, he's got moves. Al-Kakani's fast, Farhad's fast.
Yeah, Malik is the one that can take the top off of this whole defense for the Pirates.
Well, and then Lage was running the ball pretty nicely. They went away from the run.
Good feet there by Wong.
Skirts past one guy, goes right, but that pass is just a little low, and that hits turf before Lage can come up with it.
Yeah, you can see 77 Weaver was a big disturbance on this play. He comes right up the right side, and it looked like there was a missed block there. I believe that was 66 on the block. But wow, good play there as far as trying to get out and not having a negative play by Wong.
Yeah, Wong saw it. I mean, tough not to see Weaver coming right at you. And yeah, he made a miss. He helped elongate that play for at least another 2.5 seconds, but he just couldn't get that ball away to Lage, who's downfield.
So they're going to go for it here, Nick. 4th down and in your own territory. Why not, right?
I mean, they haven't seen anything terribly impressive from the Pinckney offense yet. It's in a point right here where you punt it away, it probably goes into the end zone, and you only have a net 20-yard gain on that anyway, so why not go for it? 4th and 8, though, not exactly short.
I think they ran out of time on the Pioneer sideline. It looks like they may have called a timeout.
See, I guess there, I don't know. I'm not in the moment. I'm not making the calls, but why not just take the penalty and then just punt it?
Well, or take the penalty and still go for it, too, because you're still not going to be backed up out of your own territory. You're still going to be in the Pinckney Pirates territory, to your point. Their offense didn't put any scares inside the Pioneer defense that first drive. So, you know, this crowd, and it's a great crowd tonight, Nick. I mean, when you look up in the stands, you got the Little League football team up on the top right that finished their practice. They're still in their unis up here. We got the band. We got even the student section over here, and their nice pink. I mean, this is a great crowd here at Hallway Field.
Especially considering not the greatest evening in the world to be outside. It was raining on and off all day. It's not freezing cold, but it ain't warm either by any means. And there's a good biting breeze out there as well. So yeah, you're right. The fact that they've got so many fans out there cheering this team on senior night is pretty great. Wong now back, steps up forward, finds his man, found Brad's, but just a little low.
I think Brad's is letting Wong know, too, in uncertain terms. That ball needs to be thrown in front of me, not down and low behind me. You see Wong clear. He climbs the pocket well with that head downfield. And Brabs is just flashing in front of him. I think Wong had more time than he really thought he had.
I was just about to say, it seems like he might have rushed that throw just a little bit, and because of that, his arm came down instead of floating it up where it needed to be.
And he's been banged up a couple times, Wong has, on some of these plays, so maybe his clock is ticking a little bit faster.
What else is new for that kid, though? I mean, it seems like for 3 years, not even this season, for 3 years we've been talking about Kalen Wong. And man, he just takes a pounding, it seems like, week after week. But to his credit, always gets up and is always ready to lead.
Timex takes a licking and, you know.
and you know exactly right.
Ticket.
And off Nolan Joe Carruthers with the handoff there, and he picks up a solid 8-9 yards for Pinckney.
You know who he reminds me of? Malik Farha. Watch how fast he gets to the hole on this cut. Right there. He was ice skating through there, and it was nice the way that he picked up those yards so fast.
And he looked and recognized that outside run, which is the way it was probably drawn up, wasn't going anywhere, and he did a nice job of planting his feet, getting up the middle and going. And another handoff and big run for the Pirates, and they've really got something going on. That's back to Jacob Miner. You saw him as their lead back that first series.
And just a missed tackle there by Bowling on the top side. It looked like he reached as opposed to lunging into the running back there. And you're right, Nick, that there's been some holes open on that Pioneer line the last two plays.
Well, that one was just huge. There was no doubt where he was going, what direction he was headed. And Miner picked up another big chunk for the Pirates. Pirates now scrimmaging from the 36-yard line. The whole squad looking in to coach.
That's the first time we've seen that, a check with me to the sideline.
And there's a long pass. Nolan Joe Carruthers had one man to beat, and it seemed like he had him on the outside, but that throw just came back a little short.
Yeah, if Raymond puts a little bit more air onto this ball, it may be 6 points, because there was a Pinckney Pirate that could potentially have gotten behind that Pioneer player. And Carruthers looked like if he could have located the ball, if the ball's higher in the air, maybe that's 6.
Well, and Carruthers was looking back, and I think when he saw the arm motion go, maybe that play was designed to go more to the sideline, and the ball just didn't quite get there, whether it's wind or just the arm strength wasn't quite there.
I'm still impressed with this freshman quarterback so far. He has definitely a good arm.
He's a bigger kid, too. He's not small by any means. Short toss out to Nolan Joe Carruthers. Carruthers in the air.
Up and away.
Brought down.
I mean, there's no fear to Carruthers. I mean, look at this. And I believe that's, we'll just say 32 on the tackle.
Yeah, we can give it that. Several Pioneers in on that tackle, but Nolan Joe Carruthers, not to be brought down easily or quickly, decides to go up. And that's dangerous, man. Like, there's a lot of helmets going towards your knee and lower section there. You want to be careful. Handoff back to Miner. Miner gets through that first hole, makes another man miss, cuts into the middle and into the 5-yard line there. He is dangerously close to putting this one in the end zone. Miner just would not quit on that run.
Well, look at the hole in the middle there. He gets to the second level so fast because of that double team block on number 13 right in the middle of the play there. Jack Champagne had no opportunity to come up with that tackle, and the running back just was churning towards the end zone.
And that's Tyler Craig who ends up bringing him down. But boy, first and goal from the 5-yard line. Pinckney sniffing this one out. Miner to his right. Raymond just QB keeper, goes out to the sweep right. Nothing doing on that one. Maybe gets a yard. Yeah,
now it's 32 coming up, and I think that's Levi Rosenberg coming up on the tackle. And he came up and filled well. Good job by Raymond just to hold on to the ball. Watch this tackle come right to the head.
Yeah, Miner did his best to set some blocks up front, but there was just too many Pioneers coming in that side.
And this is where the Pioneers usually stiffen up with their backs to the goal line. We saw that a couple times in that Huron game.
Second and goal.
Second and goal now from the 7-yard line. Miner to Jack Raymond's left. And that's a handoff right up the gut. Little misdirection there, but that off-tackle handoff and run up the middle is going to get him probably back to the original line of scrimmage.
Christian Gary was right there in the backfield to make the play, but he goes down to his knees as opposed to tackling the knees of the running back. And again, the missed tackles are really coming up and haunting the Pioneers on this drive. And Gary was, before that, you can see him getting up there, number 12, but he had a play on the running back and just didn't make a tackle.
Well, and Miner was eventually wrapped up, but I've seen a few tackles from the Pioneers, more than a few tackles from the Pioneers, less about wrapping guys up and more about just throwing your body at them and trying to knock people down. And that is not
tackle.
Optimal.
You got to hit, they're hitting and not tackling.
Raymond now, he's got his head up, he's looking, makes a man miss, cuts into the middle, probably back to the 4-yard line again. As you said, the Pioneers defense coming up stout.
Yeah, that's big. And, you know, if I'm Pinckney right here, Nick, I'm thinking strong about just going for it.
Only 41 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Everybody looking in. I think the Pirates are on the team Kevin Bryant's on this one because there's no look like, hey, are we going to kick this? What are we going to do? It's more about what play are we running and how are we getting in the end zone.
This will be huge as far as the momentum if they can get this in the end, because this will probably, it'd be that gut punch that the Pioneer did not want to have.
There's Raymond. He's looking left the whole way. That's a timing route. And that's Nolan Joe Carruthers off his hands. No go, though. Nice defense by Farha on that one.
Yeah, Malik Farha put a good pop on Carruthers right when he's trying to squeeze that ball. But look again where Raymond puts it. Nice ball placement. And on a 4th down play, it's been that kind of season, though, for the Pirates. Just slipping through their fingers.
Man, yeah, you can just see that and say that so often because that pass was pretty nice. And Nolan Joe Carruthers was out. He was, I'm not going to call him wide open, but that was a well-executed play.
Good play.
Just nothing to show for it.
And the way that both of the receivers, it was a one-receiver route because they were running like a rub or a screen play for Carruthers.
And only 16 seconds to go here in this first quarter of play. Stuff's been happening, but nobody's getting into the end zone. That's a handoff right there. And there's Farha, who we've seen do that an awful lot in his career, running people over, making players miss.
It's like the guy wasn't even there. Malik Farha, he just ran through him and kept going. And usually that's, you know, when your back is against the goal line, you break one tackle. A lot of times you go, it's a house call.
Picks up a first down and more.
And that will tick down the last of these final seconds here in this first quarter. No score yet, but stick around. Second quarter action coming right up on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Dana Denha here, and this is Let's Watch with the Ann Arbor Film Festival. Ann Arbor's annual film festival celebrates arts and artists of mediums of all kinds. In 2015, CTN partnered with the world-renowned Ann Arbor Film Festival, creating Let's Watch with the Ann Arbor Film Festival. A space for filmmakers.
Experimental filmmaking was really what I enjoyed doing.
Performance and installation artists, and creators of all kinds to share insights into their works, leading up to this annual festival.
They don't just become like a symbol, but that's actually a living, breathing person.
Destroyed as these different sort of like gentrification forces moved in.
So to say, real females.
How we are supposed to, talk about our bodies or talk or be how we're supposed to view ourselves as worthy, no matter what our sexual history is.
I'm Dana Denha for Let's Watch with the Ann Arbor Film Festival.
And here we go. Welcome back to Holloway Field on the campus of Pioneer High School. Nothing that first quarter. Not a ton to break down, Kevin, but what were we just talking about while the cameras were off?
Well, I mean, we were talking about the rushing attack of the Pioneers has been very successful. They've gone away from it, but it's been some blunders, really, for the Pioneer side. You had the snap infraction on the last series that cost them the drive. You had some drop balls by Burkett. I mean, so you've had some things that the Pioneers need to really clean up.
And there you go. You can see them going back to that run. As we were talking about, Leighton Lage there picks up another big chunk of yards. He's been their workhorse.
And look at that job there by 58, just collapsing the line down. Milo Simpson, good job of really setting the edge there for Lage to have the outside run.
And Lage just looks really nice. He looks really comfortable with the ball, keeps his body low. He's got those hips moving, and hopefully in the second quarter, he's got those feet a little bit more.
Yeah, because
he had those couple miscues early in the first quarter.
Well, little Flintstone feet. He was running in the air, not putting his feet on the ground.
Always loved that sound effect. You can't go wrong with that sound effect too.
That's a big gap between the guard. If you go back to that play.
And Lage saw it. I mean, maybe the Pioneers saw it.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the right side of the offensive line, and you could see that number 52, when he is pulling, there is a huge gap in between him and the center. That's a giveaway call. If I'm a linebacker, I'm calling that out for the Pinckney Pirates.
Well, and that might be a problem, as we've talked about with the Pirates, that they're young.
And they're not seeing that. So you can see, look at that split right there. It's almost 2 yards.
Flag on the play just after the ball was snapped, and that's going to be on the offense. And again, the Pioneers just not doing themselves any favors after a couple of big runs. Nice group of yardage there, and they're taking it back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And that angriness is starting to pick up on the sideline of the Pioneer sideline. They're getting frustrated, the coaching staff, with these young 16 and 17-year-old players not understanding it's time to play.
No more than 12 minutes ago, you were talking about how chill Coach Griggs was.
Not anymore.
And
not anymore.
How that has turned over. 1st and 15 now for the Pioneers. Kalen Wan looking into that offensive coordinator, looking to the left side of his offense, and really the entire offense keeping an eye with that spread formation.
Delay a game there is going to be called on the Pioneers. Man, can we get Coach Griggs now? His head's probably it's about to pop off his head now. I mean, yeah.
He's holding it in. He's holding it in for the cameras. But you're right. There's no jumping up and down. There's no yelling, as you'll rarely see from him on either side, whether they're winning or losing. He is a pretty calm, collected character. But on the inside, there's things boiling. Along there, and there's the toss to Farha. Farha manages to make some guys miss, gets a couple of yards for the effort.
A couple guys. I mean, it was the entire Pinckney defense that he was trying to dodge. Where's the blocking at on this play? I mean, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, the entire 11 is getting a piece of Farha.
Well, and I think that a few of those players on the right were pushing upfield to try to throw blocks upfield. I saw Lage come running by him, and I'm assuming he was setting a block way upfield. And there's Lage again. We've seen him with some really nice runs, and we're going to continue to see that right here, right now, as he gets to nearly the 50-yard line and gets a big first down for the Pioneers.
Yeah, that was off of the action of Wong being under center, I formation, and a lead back. Those are things that these kids today don't know anything about.
No, that I formation, especially out in this SEC, you just don't see it very much.
And we won't see it again here. First down, you go spread.
Like, that was cool. Let's go back to the spread. Hand off to Lage, though, into the middle.
So let's see the results of the first play before that, and that play out of the spread. I mean, when you have a lead back, it's so easy to bounce a big play. But, you know, you had 52 pulling again on that play, so it was a trap. But there's just a great job of the defense just plugging the holes in for the Pirates.
Lage thrown out to the outside. Caught there by Micah Powell. Right along the end side there.
And that's the same route we've been seeing, that stop route from the Pioneers on the wide side. It doesn't matter who's running the route. It's been very successful because if you can see that we can see the cornerbacks are at least 15 yards off of the Pioneer receivers.
Another handoff to Lage as he falls forward for a couple of yards. And now seemingly the Pioneers, after some early miscues to this drive, seem to have figured some things out. They're picking up yards.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can see how far the Pinckney defense is allowing the Pioneers to gain yards before Lage is getting touched. He's 5-6 yards upfield.
Wong with just tons of time. Stands back there, but no. Spins that one away to the left. Wong now on the run, before eventually going out of bounds. But we've got a flag way back in the backfield along
a couple of them.
Original line of scrimmage back at about the 38.
Yeah, and you can see the side judge coming from the Pinckney sideline because the crowd helped him out on that call. You heard the crowd just scream when Wong turned and pirouetted back towards his own sideline that there was some holding going on. So here's Wong. Now as he's turned, watch 77 Weaver. Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Well, I feel like Weaver, he had his right arm out, but it felt like he was shuffling.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at me, I'm getting held, I'm getting pulled.
That jersey pull. I mean, you got to sell it. It was a great job of selling it. Plus the crowd helped him out as well.
Yep, bailed him out there. Right you are.
But this is what we were talking about before this drive, is the blunders that the Pioneers continue to do. They have success, and then a penalty.
Yep. Backed up to the 48-yard line. They seem to have some momentum. They seem to have some speed going forward. But once again, 2nd and 20 now for the Pioneers. Farha in motion in front of Wong. Handoff to Lage. Lage doing a really nice job of waiting for that play to develop in front of him.
It was just like a scrum that continued to move forward because nobody really put any kind of big pops on Lage. Look at him wait for the hole to come open. Get out of the way there, Ruff. Good job of getting in the way. But look at how long Lage just was pulling players after the first hit.
Yeah, and it would have been very easy for an inexperienced runner to get that ball and just immediately shoot forward.
Took his time.
He held it back. He took his time. He waited for those blocks to come, and he saw that opening, and he got there. I mean, it was 2nd and 20. Now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
That was just a superior play there by Travis Butnick coming in the backfield, 51. Farha had no opportunity to do anything on this play.
As you mentioned, Travis Budnick coming up with the tackle here.
How many times has he taken him down there? Farha just would not go down, though.
That's the Budnick flex there.
Oh, I like that.
Right? I mean, you know, you're keeping with this team that's supposed to be blowing you out.
Yeah.
You're going to be excited about making big tackles like that.
But that might have lit a fire under Farha as well, too, because he did not take, he was a little bit upset about that celebration.
4th and 13 now. Wong stepping back. He's on the move.
A lot of room for Wong.
Right you are, and he's going to pick up the first down and get a few more. man, that entire middle of the field was, I mean, obviously you could see it was wide open by where he ended, but holy cow, seeing it from this vantage point up here, there was nothing going on out there.
No, and I think the Pinckney Pirates are all in man. Yeah, you could see the defensive backs turn and run. Nobody had eyeballs on the quarterback until he's 10 yards upfield. And, yeah, Wong did a great job of just finding extra holes and extra yardage on that play.
That's got to look so enticing for any runner to just see all that green in front of you. 6:41 to go now here in this first half. Pioneers now 1st and 10 after a big first down.
And that was a 4th down run, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pioneers weren't in the mood to punt the ball anymore. Wong, again, we talk about his leadership. I mean, on a 4th down play like that, he really just put it into top gear when he's running upfield.
2nd and 10 upcoming.
This score is still surprising, though. I mean, coming into this game, you didn't think that Pinckney could hang out with the Pioneers.
No, but they're giving them everything they can. You know, just some small miscues here and there from the Pioneers, but Pinckney's playing their hearts out right now. Wong now looking left. He's going to step up in the middle. He finds a man, but they're going to call a hold on that one. There's a flag in the middle. Wong is going to scamper to about the 4-yard line, but that one is most definitely coming back to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and again, the Pioneers, they can't stop hurting themselves on this drive. I mean, they've been successful. They've probably gained about 130 yards on this drive, but the penalty yardage is just slowing them down. And let's see if we can grab it right there. You can see Carruthers gets grabbed on as he was coming in. Easy call for the official there.
Yeah, Milo Simpson there just had so much jersey.
That was a good bend by Carruthers that caused that hold.
And similar to the last set of downs, the Pioneers back at 2nd and 20, scrimmaging from their 32-yard line.
Nick, it seems like every time the Pioneers go back to passes when they have issues. Run the ball.
And that was a lead toss to Lage that, man, that seemed like he let him a little much for my liking if I'm the coach over there. But they're keeping it on the ground.
Keep it on the ground.
Yes.
I mean, it seems that the Pirates have the most issues with bringing down the Pioneers while they're rushing. And you can see that ball was just really out there in front of Lage.
And
there's a penalty that
pitch.
came in there at the end. And it snuck back in there. And just when we thought that was a positive play for the Pioneers, that had to be on Brabs, right?
Up the field, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Pioneer holding call.
Yeah, they're going to call that one a hold. And we were talking about it a moment ago, but Pinckney has just got to be just so pleased with themselves.
Oh, happy.
Right? This is exactly what you want going into the games. Like, hey, we have to be mostly penalty-free. They are. Hey, we have to make strong tackles. They are. We have to make big plays when we can, and they seemingly are.
And then it seems like the focus is just off for the Pioneers tonight.
Wong now scrambling away. He's trying to find a man downfield. Nobody downfield, and he is eventually sandwiched by 2 Pirates.
And he threw the ball out of bounds, but that definitely was a sack on the play.
Oh, too little, too late.
And you can see 56 was just hunting him down. Bossat comes into the play right here. And that's a scary thing for Wong. Oh, Wong tries to still get out of the way, but Bossat just chased him down. And then Hatfield was there as well. It looks like is that going to be another penalty on the play? Because it looks like they're still talking with the coaches.
Talking to Coach Griggs down there, too.
And it could have been, are they saying, was it because you can see the penalty flags in the middle of the field now, right on the 40. Was it another hold, or are they saying that it was a legal man downfield or intentional grounding?
Could have been intentional grounding. Well, Coach Griggs will be checking this out on YouTube tomorrow to find out exactly what happened.
Is he going to follow us?
Or maybe he'll just go on social media and talk about his displeasure with this referee crew.
He was displeased with that call, the way he turned and walked away. Let's see what the call finally is going to be. It's amazing these refs are mic'd up with each other as opposed to being mic'd up to the PA system.
I mean, maybe they're just talking about where they're going for dinner.
Yeah.
Talking about some steaks, maybe a nice baked potato.
Nice. Wow, we're going backwards for the Pioneers.
I believe there also was a personal foul on the play.
And we had a personal foul was called on that one, so I'm interested to see where exactly that happened and what
against the Pioneers
was.
too,
Yeah.
because usually on a play like that, you'd be looking at the defense for coming and hitting a player on the sideline. That's 3rd and forever.
3rd and 37 if you're counting at home. Wong's trying to find Farhad there in the slant. But again, nice gang tackling by the Pirates. That first player
and then a penalty. Somebody said something.
But then the second person came in, and another flag in there.
I think that's going to go against the Pioneers because you saw Brabs run back out, and the Pinckney Pirates are still holding their 4th down signal.
Yeah, and Pinckney probably could not be happy with their situation right now. And to be fair, their secondary looks really good. It's their secondary that's making a lot of these plays up front possible.
Yeah, their secondary is doing a great job of coverage. You're right, and because the rush isn't, overly loud or aggressive coming in, you can see Weaver on the bottom of the play. He was getting held by 3 players. No flag on that. But then at the end of the play, as Farhad gets slammed down by Weaver, see Brabs maybe come in. And here comes the penalty right there. 74 said something. But they didn't even shove a player or anything. It must have just been a special word. There's a punt now.
Pioneers, despite just a long drive, they have to punt that one away at the end.
And Burkhardt looks like he's trying to draw a penalty.
I mean, to his credit, he did get pushed a little in the back, but yeah, he hydroplaned down just a bit.
Jaden Miller's like, hey.
No, you're right. You called that even before that replay came in. Burkhardt tried to sell that.
He really did try to do a good job of it. And the officials are discussing this. Are they really going to call a call? They're in the middle of it looks like they may call the penalty because.
Well, the flag was never thrown. Did you ever see?
I didn't see a flag thrown, and that was right in front of the line's judgment. And the linesman, the lines judge is not even in the middle of the field, so they're not even discussing the penalty there. Well, the second quarter just turned into a penalty fest.
It's head official Frank Simpkins there.
Sideline violation.
And I'm sure he's talking to his back judge. Now he's going back over.
Personal foul.
Wow. On the Pioneers.
Pioneers are going to be really a couple more of these personal fouls in danger of losing a player for a playoff game next week. And again, I didn't see that call. I mean, it has to be some words being exchanged down there on the field, and the officials are throwing flags maybe to try to calm things down.
I mean, and I guess obviously you want to calm things down. You don't want things to get chippy or get out of hand, but physically, I feel like we haven't seen anything that egregious yet.
Nothing really late after the whistle or something like that.
Yeah, so unless there is some just extreme language down there, it's tough to get a feel for exactly what's going on.
So they did move the sticks. So the sticks are still up here, and now they're giving the ball. Is it back to Pioneer first down? That is going to be odd. A first down. They're moving the sticks back, so it looks like the personal foul had to be called against Pinckney.
Must have, and the Pioneer
was it on that
offense
block?
Is back on the play. But I mean, that was after the ball had been kicked.
And we didn't see a penalty flag.
And it was 4th and forever.
We believe it was
The confusion mounts.
makes it an automatic first down. Pioneer.
We'll have to talk to somebody about that at halftime. Nonetheless,
that was wild.
Pioneers with the ball again. Lage with the run. If he didn't get that first down, he is just shy.
And I think Lage may be hurt on that tackle. He was slammed to the turf pretty hard here, and we can watch it. Watch this. And this is like the 4th time that are these football players or wrestlers out here for Pinckney?
Logan Ranowski there with the belly-to-back suplex, a Chris Benoit special.
And that definitely had to take some wind out of the late. LL down there on the ground.
Well, and that's obviously a problem for a lot of reasons. One, you don't want anybody to get hurt. But for the Pioneers, that's the only kid that's really doing something down there for Pie High.
And again, I still want to go back to that last drive. What happened? What happened? I didn't see any flags thrown on the play. We only saw a little bit of discussion. And if it was on the block, that would have been after the play. Right. So it would have been post-possession. And so, and we didn't see any roughing on the kicker or anything like that. That was just wild. And if I'm a Pirate, I'm thinking home cooking right now, because that is just odd how that play. Wow, look at this. Look at all the scoring we've had this year.
Look at those numbers. Look at those numbers. Even the field hockey match, while only 2-1, there was a lot of offense in that game, too.
It was still.
Yep, it is. If you like scoring, if you like big numbers.
Don't do it.
This is where you should be.
You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. You got us. You got us.
The present game accepted, apparently. All right, the Pioneers coming up now.
Boy, it really looked like there was a false start on the play, and I do see a flag come down. Simpson looked like he came up a little bit, a hair early, but the play was still allowed to move.
Tyler Craig on the carry there. Fake to Farha.
And they did call it a false start. That was odd. Again, I'm not impressed with these officials. Last game of the season, and they're dialing it in. That's a play you're supposed to stop with the whistle. You're not supposed to allow this play to go. You can watch 58 on the bottom of the screen. Gets a hair before that ball is snapped. He comes up, and then that's when the official should have been blowing that play dead, as opposed to Lage getting another hit that he already just got hurt on the play before. I think Craig is in the backfield now, too.
Yeah, that was definitely Tyler Craig on that run. Lage was not out for the previous play. I do not believe he is out there yet. Farha in motion again. Pitch up to him, shakes one tackler, but he's just surrounded by Pirates, and he's brought down for another big loss. And Pinckney's defense is really showing itself.
Well, Samuel Frost is having his time today with big number 77 coming through Weaver. Hunter Weaver just hunted down the Farha on that play, didn't give up, and came back and got him on the second chance there. That's probably why he gets his name on the back of the jersey, right?
Exactly what I was going to say. You get your name on the jersey when you're sniffing out plays and you're in the middle of all of those plays. You are correct. So when can my man Nolan Joe Carruthers get his name on his jersey, though?
He's a junior.
When's going to be his time? Next season.
Well, we're still not seeing Wong have a lot of success with his arm tonight.
No, and as you say that, this breeze is hitting me in the press box here, and you have to wonder if that's having something to do with it here. Wong looking deep now, but everybody's covered. You know, you've talked a bunch of times now about those defensive backs or this soft zone that the Pirates are playing. And in the run game, obviously a problem. Those short slant passes, obviously a problem. But when Wong is going back and looking for his guys that it seems like are doing a lot of streaks, a lot of guys going deep, they're covered. He's got nowhere to go.
Well, Coach Carpenter for the Pirates he's picking his poison. He's not going to lose to the Kalen Wong arm that has been the key player of the game week after week after week after week here on CTN. They're allowing, let's just come up and make a good tackle.
And he's leaving those defensive line players to let them wreak havoc in there as well, whether it's Travis Budnick, whether it's Weaver, you're right. And now the Pioneers will punt this one away.
Bad kick there.
It's one bounce. Nolan Joe Carruthers gets it on the bounce. He's brought down by a couple of Pioneers just to the 33-yard line. And it feels like we haven't seen an actual Pinckney offensive play
a year ago.
Ever. But here we'll see it.
You can see Carruthers. Watch this tackle here coming in by Burkhart, though. He takes him down.
Yeah, Carruthers thought he had a little move on him, and he did, but Burkhart did a really nice job of squaring up, watching those hips, and wrapping him up as well.
3:08 remaining in the first half.
All right, we'll see what Jax Raymond and these Pirates can do here after a long time on that sideline.
Big sideline break, and they were successful. The Pirates were with pass plays just a little bit long. So maybe throwing into the wind, Raymond might be able to connect on some of these passes.
Hey, maybe couldn't hurt. And there's a long pass there, streaking up the left side, looking for Nolan Joe Carruthers. El Kakani there on the coverage, but that throw was just a little overthrown.
Yeah, and I think Raymond has a little bit more time than he feels he does. Look at this, look at the blocking. And he unleashes that ball before the receiver is even open. He could have taken a little bit, and he has the arm to get the ball downfield.
Yeah, he suffered from the happy feet right there. You can see they were dancing, and he never really got them set so that he could make that accurate throw, but he winged it down there, didn't he?
Yeah, as a quarterback, that's a call you love to see when you get that go route come in.
He's got Hayden Beaver to his left, and there's Beaver now. Oh, hits him in the hands. Can't bring that one down, Beaver.
Oh my goodness, Beaver, you gotta bring that in. There's no help right now for Raymond out here. That's the second pass. He's hit somebody in the moneymaker, and I mean, you gotta bring that down, right?
100%. He left it for Beaver, if you will. And something else we've seen about Raymond, he's putting a nice spin on that ball.
Yeah,
these aren't ducks, these aren't things that are wobbly. Third and 10 now for the Pirates. That's going to be a high, lofty pass. Not quite going to get to that first down. Gets it to Larry Smith.
And Smith was waiting on that ball. It looked like that ball was a little bit too much air on it. It was a screen pass coming. You can see none of the linemen got upfield to do any of the blocking, and Gary was just waiting there for that tackle.
Larry Smith is a giant. That kid's tall.
How tall is he?
I don't know, but looking down at him, he floated that up to him, and he barely had to go up for it.
Well, this is definitely an area where Pinckney needs to put their foot on it on fourth down and live to play another down because, again, they're passing. I like the way their offensive line has done a good job on the Pioneers' defensive line. The receivers have to help that quarterback out, though.
That's exactly right. Jax Raymond has put his team in really good positions. Like you said, he's found open men. He's looked downfield. He's made the throws he's needed to make. It's those wideouts that just need to close their grasp on that football.
Even on this punt right here, it's 4th and 5. I might even go hard count. The Pioneers have just been doing so many blunders. I mean, they can't help themselves right now. And why not try it?
Can't hurt. Can't hurt. Best case scenario, it happens. Worst case scenario, you take a penalty, you just kick it away anyway. No biggie. Weaver, line drive punt. That guy's moving though. Not exactly textbook, but it still makes it down to the 25-yard line.
And the way at 8 o'clock, too, the way it was bouncing down on the ground, the turf there. So it's not how you dial it up as far as punts, though.
No, that definitely had some slickness off the side of his foot. But end result is all that matters, baby. If you go into the sideline, that's what you're telling everybody. Like,
and poison, too. If you're Pioneer, you're yelling poison because that ball can just take a funky bounce and tap one of the returners.
Right, the spin on that was just so crazy, so wild. You're right. And it's cold, it's getting wet out there, but the Pie High faithful, the purple gang coming in with their pink this evening, they're trying to rally their team for one last first half drive.
Oh, they want to find the end zone. I think they can't sit down over there until they find the end zone. So you're kidding, was this another penalty?
It certainly is. That's what we get for looking away from the field for literally 2 seconds. We're talking to each other, and Pie High drops back another.
You're kidding.
10? Yep.
This is incredible. The penalty yardage is by far the biggest stat for the Pioneers right now. And it's
by far. Not even close. Not even close. All right, 1st and 10 now for Pioneer. Wong mishandles that one a little bit, but still has it. He's just going to keep that and get eaten up by those middle linemen of the Pirates.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the Pioneers did not come out to play today. What's the whistle? Oh, timeout looks like it's going to be called for the Pirates. But you know, the offensive line, they're looking for players to block. They're not, I mean, it just looks discombobulated over there on the Pioneer sideline.
And I'll give you credit for saying this earlier. It really feels like the Pioneers are playing down to their competition tonight. But
not crisp.
But the Pirates, they're up and
playing it up.
Yes, exactly right.
Well, again, like I said, they have nothing to lose. The Pirates. I mean, their season it's not been something that you're going to remember. But if you can end it with a nice bow like this, I mean, that's exactly what you need. And I mean, that epitomizes how the first half, really the second quarter, has gone for the Pioneers. It's been so long of a second quarter because of the penalties.
Been so long, and yeah, it's just been the Pioneers offense out there this whole time. They're picking up first downs and then just going back.
Giving it right back.
All right, 2nd and 8 now after a couple of yards picked up by Wong. Steps out of the pocket, looking for his man Brabs, and coming up the sideline. I think Brabs came down with that one.
I think that was a good grab. He came back, and way to find your quarterback when he's in trouble, forcing Brabs. And maybe, you know, this will light a fire up under Pioneer by going hurry up.
26-yard line. Clock running at 2:10.
It looked like we're going to get 2 plays off without a penalty, too.
Wong now rolls to his left. Fake, finds his man up the middle. I believe that's Micah Powell now.
I don't think he dropped. I think he dropped that one.
Yeah, that's a tough throw to make on the run across your body in the cold and wet.
And on to your left-hand side, you see him trying to get that right shoulder back so he has it cocked to let it go. Still put it in a position where Powell should have made that catch.
It was catchable. It hit him in the hands. It was low, obviously, but definitely a possibility to come down with.
Boy, I'd hate to be in the film session for the Pioneers. They're going to get graded down so bad by the coaching staff. All of these blunders.
Well, I'm not even worried about the film session if I'm them yet. I'm worried about this halftime. They're going to get in there, and somebody needs to light a fire. They need to tell them they need to focus up and start making these plays. And, man, leave those flags away.
Well, it's good to see LL back in the backfield once again. What a catch there by Farha. That was all. Did you think it touched the ground a little bit? Did you think it maybe the ground helped him a little?
Doesn't matter
we'll take
now,
a look
but I don't know about all
play.
that jazz. Wong sails Brabs on that one.
Let's see if we can take a look again, because it was close. I mean, Farha did reach out. And did the ground help him on the catch? Oh, this is the play after, though, the rollout.
Makes a good throw, just a little too high. And Brabs, I mean, Brabs is a big kid, but he's just not coming down with something that over his head. And now we've got 4th down coming up.
And it does look like they're going to get a little bit of slowage play here. Let's see here. He's down. Looks like he's got his hands up under. It looks like he's got his hands up under. That right hand looked like.
Right arm under.
That right hand.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. Great catch then. Sorry that
it was
I
close,
ever
though.
doubted
It was
him.
close. But you don't doubt Farha.
Apparently not. Apparently not. 4th and 2 now. Wong finds his man in the slant. There's Farha. Makes a man miss, and he's going to go to the left side. He's got one player to beat, and he just can't get by Hayden Beaver.
Stop the clock. Gets a 1st down and more.
Enough time, definitely, that the Pioneers don't have to hurry here.
25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Beaver, the big savior there, and Farha so close to getting that one away.
Yeah, great angle there by Beaver, because Farha was just putting it into that high gear, and that Maserati goes.
All right, 1:27 to go now. Pioneers seemingly cooking now on their 35-yard line.
Well, we've said that before for the second quarter.
Said it too many times at this point for Pie High. Pitch out to Lage. Lage nicely waits for something to develop.
Pitch back to Leighton Lage. Picks up.
He's pushed away. Gets about 2 or 3 yards.
I still like Lage going north and south. This one's going to the outside. Hasn't been as effective as when he's just hitting that hole and using his feet, really. That burst of speed that he has.
Yeah, I completely agree. Those pitches to the outside, well, I know a lot of spread offensive minds like that moving, but you're right. It seems like right now the bread and butter for Lage and the things that's really been working have just been right up the gut. 2nd and 8 now. Wong back, looking left the whole way. Hits Powell. Powell comes up with that, and he's tackled
Wong put that ball on Powell so hard that he had to catch the ball. This was right in his mittens, and watch him bobble it just a little bit. I mean, he almost dropped that ball, but that was between the 1 and the 5. Great placement by the quarterback.
That one almost slid down, but he held on to it. Wong now looking end zone, top left. He turns around and looks like he's got that one. That's going to be touchdown Pioneers. Micah Powell.
Powell has a little dance shimmy after that because he earned it. I mean, that was a great ball placement. That's what the Pioneers needed going into halftime, really, is, a play that gets the crowd going. And what is that? Bubbles over there?
Yeah, it looks like they've got some smoke out there, too.
Watch that pass, though. Look at the ball placement. High into the outside.
Great footwork by Powell, too. I mean, he turned around, got his feet down, and still managed to get his hands there, make that catch, and make that touchdown.
Bands down there on the field playing the touchdown song because it's been so long. The Pioneers get the end zone, not in the stands anymore.
And that's the whole band.
Yeah. We're going to be in for a treat. If you sit around and watch our halftime performances, we got a large band coming out here for Pioneer.
A band worthy of senior night here on the last game, CTN's game of the week. Pioneer now squaring up their extra point attempt. That one's down and up. Pirate got in there, but still kicked that one up, and that will give the Pioneers their 7-0 lead.
That was Max Burmish coming in, the sophomore, almost got that. That was a tough drive. I mean, because the Pioneer focus had to be everyone on point. But again, it was Kalen Wong with those pinpoint passes that really got his team going, and the scrambling to keep a couple of those drives going as well.
And finally, he could count on his wide receivers to make those catches.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of these balls were thrown in. Look how close this ball was. Wow.
Flat out, just going for it. Nearly.
Sometimes, are you faster when you're on your feet, or are you faster when you lead and you do the Superman?
I mean, that's a better question for somebody with some sort of aeronautical degree, I believe, aerodynamics, which is clearly not myself. But yeah, when you're launching yourself, I don't know, Superman doesn't just run around, he flies, right?
And I think we had a penalty on the play because they're moving Pioneer back again. And that might have been after the celebration on the touchdown. We didn't see a flag,
but I didn't see a flag on the dance.
I didn't see a flag on the extra point either, but they still moved people back, it seems like, at this stadium.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's just like standard operating procedure right now for the Pioneers and this officiating crew. Just, oh, you thought you had that? Well, how about 10 more yards? Oh, and now we'll get to see the Pioneers do their head fake kick.
Yeah, we haven't seen that enough this year.
The kooky kick. Will they? Nope.
I think they did
just
it once.
Just once for you and me. We've seen a lot of their games. Just go one for me. And you see the Pirates backing off now. But this might be just where they want them.
Exactly. I mean, if I'm backed up, why not go ahead and kick it like that?
Yeah.
Another penalty flag.
Kickaroo, and that's probably going to be a helmet-to-helmet hit.
Helmet-to-helmet or a face mask, one of the two.
Yeah,
it's a funny. I saw neither. No helmet-to-helmet or face mask.
I can certifiably say there's no face mask.
That's the penalty for holding.
Oh, they're going to call holding.
Haven't heard that one in a long time.
No.
It's always been personal fouls tonight. That's the first Pinckney Pirate penalty, right?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I mean, it's definitely nowhere near the level that we've seen levied against the Pioneers, who deserve all these penalties too. Like,
they've earned them.
Let's start with that.
They've earned them. They haven't. The concentration and focus hasn't been there for the Pioneers. Just as I say that, looked like there was a flinch in the inside of the line.
The Pirates left 60 seconds to work with here, whether they're going to try to get down in field goal range. Raymond back all sorts of time looking for guys. He's going to make something happen. He's going to sidearm that one into the middle.
Great job there by Raymond.
Found his man, Hank Beaver.
And Beaver sat and right in the middle so he could be in the sight line for Raymond. But we were talking about Raymond has some good blocking back there. His line's giving him some time.
And I really like the way that Raymond changed his arm motion at the end there. Did you see that? He didn't go for that traditional throw. He came in, turned his body, shortstop style, and winged that one in. And there's a nice throw out to the outside, looking for, I believe, Nolan Joe Carruthers.
Yeah, and smart play. I love it, and I always say this, Nick, throw the ball downfield because, especially in this instance and with this officiating crew, I mean, you're definitely going to put yourself in good odds. And that ball was just a hair out.
But he's thrown into double coverage there. Like, I know you like it to get to Nolan Joe Carruthers. Believe me, I'm dying to scream his name. But thrown into double coverage is awfully dangerous. 39 seconds to go now here for Raymond and the Pirates. And they've got no problem throwing the ball. Like, that's what this team is about. You see that. And that one goes down to Beaver, and I think he went down. No catch is what the officials said.
Yeah, and he's not in the NFL. Loved how he jumped up and tried to run after the ball hit the ground. But he's got a couple more levels to go before he can do that.
Practice makes perfect, though, right?
Yeah.
Not gonna get there unless I start doing that. Yeah, not only did he not catch it, but he can't
get up and start running with it.
I love it though. I love it though. I like the excitement. I like the energy.
Look at that. We just saw a huddle. I love those. So, I mean, you get on the same page, especially this time of the game. Come on.
Empty backfield for the Pirates. Have the Pirates ran a run play?
No, they're better off with throwing the ball, and I think they may have run the ball one time the first half.
Well, Raymond's got an arm, and to this point, he's had a fair amount of time to make these throws. And there's another one into the middle to Beaver. Beaver makes the catch, turns it upfield. He's got a couple of men to beat, and the Pioneers eventually knock him down to the 10-yard line.
And this is where you need to just go and spike the ball. You don't even need to call a timeout. Get up under center and just spike the ball, and then you'll have 3 downs and get into the end zone. But look at Raymond here. Again, that was another different arm slot that he threw out of. Nice slant pass coming up over the middle.
And they correctly, as you said, just spiked that one. Now they've got lots of time, 22 seconds to presumably throw the ball 3 times. They ain't running it. We haven't seen him do that.
Boy, and I tell you, one of 2 things has to occur for the Pioneer coaching staff. They're either going to have to apply more pressure on Raymond because he has way too much time back there, or they're going to have to switch the defense and not play this soft zone.
Dangerous, though, if you start putting more pressure on Raymond, you bring up a linebacker or 2, then that middle is even more open.
Could be, but right now, that pass defense for Pioneers is lacking.
Raymond now does have a man to his right. He's looking up the middle again, and he's got his man caught.
He's in the end zone.
Touchdown, right up the
middle. And who is it?
You know who it is, Nolan Joe Carruthers. With that first touchdown for the Pirates, that angry Pirate coming up on your screen right there. My word. And he's jacked. He is excited. I think he just made my Friday night.
Oh, I mean, you got to call this. I mean, you've been waiting for this one all night. Over the middle. You were just saying over the middle.
Goes up for it into the middle, you're right. That one just barely crossed that end zone line. And he knows. He looked up and he knew it.
Yeah, and what a way to come back after giving up a touchdown. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. You drive all the way down the field after, again, a Pioneer penalty that allowed the Pirates to gain extra yards on the kickoff.
One more time, that throw into Nolan Joe Carruthers. Carruthers goes up, feet in the air, gets it in his bread basket.
I loved how he scooped it too.
Yes.
I mean, he went down to the ground, and you can see from that angle, it was close with the ground, almost helping that catch. But man, you just didn't. By looking at the records coming into this game, thought that this was going to be this type of contest.
No, but you never know. And it looks going to be a fake extra point, and they're going for 2. No go, though. That throw came in just short.
What a call there.
Love it. I
love that call. I mean, Carpenter comes up, the coach. I mean, this is what you expect out of a game, and you're just 1 yard so close to getting up. I mean, if they take the lead going into this halftime, man, I would love to be a fly on the wall in there for Coach Griggs, because probably not. Probably not.
Either way, still, if you're the Pioneers right now, don't want to be within 100 yards of my coach at this halftime. Yeah, we're winning, but.
Yeah, you can see Coach Griggs is not too thrilled over on the sideline. And I'm sure that piece of paper that he has right there, it's filled with all of the penalties. I mean, and he probably has it on both sides.
I was going to say only one piece of paper. You can borrow my notebook for that.
Sloppy. It's been so sloppy out here for Pioneer. I mean, even the guys that we expect that have been doing game of the week type of plays, we haven't seen that tonight. We've just seen lackadaisical effort, as well as maybe even preparation going into this game.
Yeah, and you never want to look past your opponent. You never want to start thinking about that state tournament prior to
coming off of the season that Pioneer had last year, where you didn't have any wins. It's been 3 years since they've seen the postseason. I bet this week, senior week, senior night, I mean, we had all the extra players and the band, as well as the cheerleaders on the field before the game.
Weaver kicks that one nice and high with only 9 seconds to go here in this first half.
County.
And they do have 4 seconds, but I gotta think you just take a knee here. No point in taking a shot. Just.
You got a great quarterback, though. I mean, who loves to run around, and you got Farha and Brabs. Brabs is a big target. Why not throw it down the field? Again, I always say the officials are loose with the flags tonight, so Pinckney's thinking the same thing, though. They're backing their defense up.
Yeah, they've already got 5 guys back there and beyond the prevent dime defense, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it looks like almost a kick return back there with all the people back there.
Looks like the Pirates only be rushing 3 on this, and I hope that's not the case, because I don't like that. You don't want to give a quarterback that much time, especially Wong. He's got an arm. He can hang it down there.
And they do
Fake
the
there,
reverse.
hand off to Farhad. He's got some blockers up in front of him. He's going to cut that one back to the middle. He is eventually met by that dime prevent defense, though, and that will do it for the first half. A crazy first half, to say the least, that finds the Pinckney Pirates down only 1 point here at Holloway Field. Stick around. Who knows what the second half will bring on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
And senior band member recognition, along with
We are who we are. in the Pioneer Marching Band's presentation of Katy Perry's Fireworks. These marchings will make you go, oh, 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 because this 2010 hit is an absolute signature, even brighter than the moon until left your chart. Like the lightning bolt, your heart will glow at the sky for these shining melodies to guide the night. Marching Band proudly presents Katy Perry's Fireworks.
Worcester Park is a 5.5-acre park close to downtown Ann Arbor in the Old West Side neighborhood. The park can be accessed from 3 sides: West Madison from the north, 3rd and West Mosley from the east, and Edgewood Place cul-de-sac from the south. There's a 500-foot paved path on an incline that connects all the entrances and many of the park's features. This is a mixed-use park with a variety of amenities and attractions that offers something for all. There are several native pollinator gardens, a playground, sand volleyball court, horseshoe pit, as well as an informal soccer field. The park provides picnic tables, benches, and many grassy areas to relax, observe nature, or enjoy a picnic. Much of the park sits on a hill, which allows you to see a partial skyline of downtown Ann Arbor. For more, visit a2gov.org/Worcester.
Welcome back, everybody, to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Second half action starting. A wild, interesting, different, unpredictable. What are the adjectives we got, Kevin?
A penalty-filled second quarter. That's what it was for me. I couldn't get out of that second quarter because there was more penalty yardage combined than any other kind of yardage from both teams. Passing, rushing, those are penalties.
Yeah, Pioneer had possession of the ball. Again, we don't have the official stats, but it felt like 10, 11, maybe even 12 minutes that second quarter, and only 7 points to show for it.
And then the Pirates come down the field in less than 30 seconds, really, to score to answer after Pioneer. It took all quarter to find the end zone. Both quarterbacks have been playing well. Both defenses haven't.
And it will be the Pirates receiving this second half kick. Just once, Kev. I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
Why
I'm
practice
begging
it?
the coach.
Why do that?
I'm begging their kicker just once, just one time. We got one half left. Squib kick coming up there, fielded nicely by the Pirates. Makes one man miss and gets it up to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and that good job there by, it looked like that was 3 McLaughlin. Coming up on the scoop there. Oops, I'm going to check that. That was 5 Burmish. The way that he slowed down and made sure that he had 2 hands on that bouncing ball, that was a good job for the Pirates.
Well, and I've got to imagine that both coaches got into that halftime. And there's a lot said about different things on each team, but it's got to still be protect the ball, be sure of your hands on that thing.
Yeah, it's got a focus. We didn't see any real running attack out of the Pirates. Let's see if they open up with anything other than Raymond throwing the ball here in the second half.
Well, that seems like what they've had the most success with. There's a quick handoff to number 19. That's Logan Ranowski. We saw Miller earlier. That was 17. That's Ranowski.
Looked like Gary, number 12 there on the tackle, linebacker. That we saw him early in the season doing some big damage there, but looked like a great tackle and something you've been asking about, Nick, wrapping up as opposed to just hitting.
Solid 5-yard pickup there for Ranowski. There's the look over. It's funny to see all of their heads pop up almost in unison. That's how you know you got a good team, when even your heads pop up looking for the coach.
And it's good discipline by the Pioneers, not jumping off sides when that occurs. Whoa, that ball almost went through the hands of 15 and going the other way.
And that was Beaver curling in to catch that, and just a little too much pepper on that one from Jax Raymond.
Was that McCoy, number 21, Houston McCoy? Looks like it was on the defense there, and that ball just really almost going the other way.
Yeah, McCoy had that one sniffed out, but yeah, Beaver, I don't know, it wasn't led properly, but Beaver still got his hands on it.
Beaver still is letting a couple balls go through his hands.
Third and 5 now. Nolan Joe Carruthers there comes to the outside, and that will be a first down. Chain gangs a moving.
Well, you know, Nick, on that play, look at the way that the Pioneer defensive end is crashing in. And he takes himself right out of the play. Good call by the Pirates coaching staff to take advantage of that Pioneer defense just collapsing in.
And Carruthers did a nice job of sliding off that last tackle to actually get to that first down area.
And the Pirates can run the ball.
Sure enough. And maybe that's the adjustment they make. They feel like the Pioneers, there's entirely too many P's out there for me right now. They feel that the Pioneers are going to be going back and trying to play some soft defense because of the way that they've been throwing the ball. And now, hey, guess what? Now we can hand the ball off.
Yeah, and that was Samuel Frost coming right up the middle here on this play. Watch this. He breaks between two tacklers, or two blockers, and finishes off that play.
Yeah, Ranowski didn't have the success on that play the way he did that first run.
Big third down here coming up.
He slings that one over to Beaver. Beaver with the catch, falls forward.
Ooh, that's going to be close.
That one, yeah.
I think he may be a yard short, but that's still in the down and distance to go for it. No, they're calling him a first down.
That's first down. Chain gang's moving.
And here it comes right at you. Great shot there by Jelani coming in. And you can see that extra effort gets that first down.
36-yard line.
And I continue to be impressed with Raymond's arm. He just makes quality throws, strong throws, maybe a little too strong at times. And there's Jacob Miner with a little bit of a switch up for who the runner is for the Pirates, but Miner bashes his way for another Pirate first down. The Pirates playing some bully ball coming down.
Playing bully ball, and I mean, the Pirates didn't bring their band out here, but we got so many cowbells going on after these plays. It does sound like they got a little bit of entertainment on the sideline for the Pirates.
There was only one earlier, but you're right, they've multiplied somehow.
And a mention on Raymond, he's only a freshman to be that big. It definitely is going to grow into that body, that kid.
Yeah, he's a big kid, right? A lot of times we'll see those freshmen or sophomores out there on varsity, and you can look at them and say, like, all right, that
body's just not there.
If you're just looking, if you don't have this sheet in front of you, that kid doesn't look like a freshman.
Not at all. He's not handling himself as a freshman either. He's very, when he's throwing the ball, I mean, he is on point with the ball, throwing tight spirals, and he's throwing the ball where only his man can catch it, not putting the ball really in harm's way.
And he has shown a lot of poise, especially for somebody who's been asked to sling the ball an awful lot tonight. Their run attack, I'm not going to say it's non-existent, but prior to this series, they maybe a couple of runs. 2nd and 8 now. Play action, looking up the middle, off the hands of Larry Smith.
Again, pinpoint placement on the pass there by Raymond, and watch off the play action pass. He throws that ball, and that has got to be caught.
We've said that a lot. We've seen a lot of Pirate wideouts, Pirate receivers with their hands on the ball. Raymond delivering it exactly or close to where he needs to be, and they're just not pulling it down. It's got to be frustrating for him, but back to work.
Still not impressed with this Pioneer defense. Nobody's really stepping up, putting a charge in.
3rd and 8 now. Raymond scoops that one off the turf, and he's looking far left to Nolan Joe Carruthers. Carruthers one-handed, but can't bring that one down.
Right into your living room on that shot. That ball was thrown again, and only a place that Carruthers can grab it after the bad snap. Watch this pass coming right towards you.
And just a little too much, just a little too high for Nolan Joe Carruthers.
Still 4th down. This is where you can go for it, 4th and 8, with the quarterback that has been throwing the ball all over the field.
We'll see if you'd be looking for Carruthers. Carruthers is in that slot position right there. You might see him going to the middle. Instead, he slants out right. Raymond gets away. He's got his head up. He's looking for it.
What a hit by Farha. It's going to be a turnover on downs, though, because of that big hit by Malik.
Jax Raymond took a lick on that. He did everything in his power to be looking for that pass, but had to bring it down.
And you're right. He was looking to the right there for Carruthers. Carruthers was covered on the play. And Raymond, as we've said, he's not afraid to tuck and run. And he looks like he was just 2 yards away from first down. But again, Pioneers have a long field to go.
Right, and you saw Farha with the tackle there, but man, he went all shoulder. He went to try to check him as opposed to
no wrapping up. And if you turn Wow, that's top speed. But I thought Raymond almost had an opportunity to keep his feet off that hit.
A little spin move, and he could have kept on his feet and maybe kept going. There's a run attempt by the Pioneers going nowhere, though.
Butnick on the tackle there, the defensive lineman for the Pirates coming in and beating 2 blockers to make that play before it even got going.
And they tried to start off with Lage. They maybe hopefully try to reestablish that run that they had a good amount of success with in that first half.
Great cut.
Great cut, but still 2 Pirates get to the outside first and wrap him up and bring Lage down.
Yeah, and Butnick is not that right now. The whole Pirates defense is not afraid of the passing attack, and they're coming up after the initial attack and gang tackling really Lage before he can get going.
Yeah, and that's I love the effort by those defensive linemen from the Pirates. Never give up, keep going, don't give up on the play, and they ended up with a big tackle there. Wong making something happen as best he can there. I'm curious if that was a QB keeper for the whole way, because it sure didn't look like he had anything else on his mind other than I'm running.
Yeah, and that's been the most successful play really for the Pioneers tonight, has been the feet of Kalen Wong getting upfield on these passing attacks.
I guess he was looking for Farhad to his left there, but Farhad double covered. No, not even a centimeter of space to spare. So Wong recognized that, looked for a little opening, and he got that first down. Long play action back to Farha, finds his man now. Farha out of the slot.
What a cut. What a stiff arm.
Farha made something out of not very much on that play.
You see the initial cut that he made. He put the Pinckney Pirates on skates here after he catches the ball. Watch, he cuts back to the inside. Everybody's flowing to the outside, overrunning the play, and then the move here, 15 was just all over the place.
Yeah, Beaver lost his footing. Beaver was really the last man that could have stopped him from breaking that big run, and he lost his footing there, and Farhad picked up a solid 30 yards on that one, and Pioneers looking good so far.
Always a good answer to go to Malik.
Hand off Lage up the middle. Grabs himself 4.
The difference now in this drive from the second quarter is no penalties. The Pioneers are just, they're not shooting themselves in the foot. Whatever Coach Griggs was saying to them at halftime, looks like it's translating out here onto this field.
6:44 to go in the third quarter, and the jinx has been thrown.
I think if you throw it out there sometimes, because sometimes it's on your head, you're thinking about it. Just put it out there.
No, that's fair. That's still a lot of Pi High faithful out.
Well, the band's still there.
Band's still there. The Purple Gang still going strong. Wong looking right. A little too high, a little too hard for Ocean Brabs there on the outside.
And that's another play that Brabs and Wong have not been on the same page tonight. And it looked like Brabs, you can see, he's going to the inside, and Wong all day is throwing that ball to the outside.
Yeah, it just feels like their mojo's a little bit off tonight. I mean, truly, Brabs is most effective going deep.
Yeah.
Right, streaking downfield, cutting toward the sidelines.
And using that big body.
Exactly. Maybe a curl here or there, but you're right. Those two just don't seem to be in sync so far this evening. 3rd and 3 now. See if maybe a bootleg here from Wong. Or just a hand to Lage. Lage brought down in the backfield. Nolan Joe Carruthers.
McLaughlin again helping out on that play, but it was all really Carruthers coming in. You can see Carruthers in the backfield. It looked like no one touched him. He split the blockers and was waiting for that play. He kind of knew it was coming.
Well, such a strong play. I mean, he brought him in with his left hand, and for the longest time, he was just holding him with his left arm before he could get that other arm around to wrap him up and bring him down. 4th down now for the Pioneers, and Wong is looking deep. He's got men in front of him, and he's going to be stopped
by who?
Just
by
short.
Who?
Was it Nolan Joe
I want to tell you who it was.
One more time.
From the entire play, Nick, Carruthers was acting. He was baiting Wong like he was going to blitz. He dropped back. double team grabs who Wong was looking for. When Wong comes back down to the right, he's looking for him, and here comes Brabs coming in, and watch 21 just fly in from the back and make that tackle.
Well, and Logan Ranowski, number 19, seemed to have a spy on him there as well, and that is the thing that I think that pushed Wong to the right into the clutches of Nolan Joe Carruthers. And man, Pinckney just
stand in this game, and that's exactly what you can't allow if you're the Pioneers. When you have an inferior squad coming in based on their record to hang around in a game.
Raymond, quick handoff there. Jacob Miner got that one, fell forward about a yard, looking at 2nd and 9.
It's a little positive play from the Pirates, and again, the Pioneers, nobody with energy. You know, the body language just looks blind for both offense and defense. Nobody jumping up and down like we see Carruthers on the other side.
Yeah, that's a great point. You can really feel the energy from those from those Pinckney players. And Pioneers, you're right, just don't seem to have that sort of thing going on right now. Jax Raymond with Nolan Joe Carruthers in motion going to the right. Raymond looking left the whole way, and he's going to go out of bounds.
Jax Raymond keeps the ball.
Takes a little bit of a hip check there for his efforts.
I think that was more of a coverage sack. I mean, because Raymond looked once and twice to the short side of the field and then decided to run the ball. Nothing really going on because of the coverage from the Pioneers.
But it seemed like he never even looked right. He was looking left the whole way, seemingly.
Yeah, that quick pass was covered up down there, and then he just really, like you said, just decided to take it upfield.
3rd and 8 now for the Pirates.
Still
Raymond wanted to go deep, but again, great coverage one more time, and that is what brought about that sack for the Pioneers. And this is what Pie High needed right now.
Big defense, and 66 comes through, and it really, again, was a coverage sack because Raymond was pulling the ball down after his initial receiver was covered, and that allowed that Pioneer Purple People Eater rush to come in. And that was the guy that made the tackle with 66. Looks like he's down on the ground. Cramps.
Yeah, you wonder if that's a cramp. It's not what you're usually seeing at this time of the year quite like that. I wonder if maybe he did get just a stinger somewhere on his shin, but the way that trainer is grabbing him, they're trying to loosen up that chuck wagon, yeah.
It's been a great season this year. I mean, we've talked about all the scoring we've had, but going up and down, we've been able to touch on some of the outside schools, the Salines, the Dexters of the world. Don't want to mention Dexter too much, but we've definitely had a great fall season, and I cannot wait for our winter season.
Hoops is right around the corner, baby. Right around the corner, and I'm looking forward to it. You know what else is right around the corner? Our dry cameramen. Dry cameramen.
They can't wait to get inside
here. Yes. Those guys are dying.
You know, Nick, I wonder if that extra long halftime has anything to play with that cramp right there, because we had everything is senior night tonight. It's senior cheerleader night, it's senior band member night, it's senior player night tonight. So everything's been stretched out a little longer, and that halftime was about a 20-minute halftime.
You might be right about that. You might be onto something there. 4th and a long 15 for Pinckney now. They're going to punt this one away.
Good kick.
Alcacani, fair catch. I'm sorry, that's Farha back there. Fair catch at the 45-yard line.
McLaughlin was right in his grill, but we've seen Farha take those balls and still not call a fair catch.
No, he's smart. That's a savvy play there by the junior. He knew that those Pirates were coming in on him.
Too many PIs out
here. I love alliteration, but tonight it's probably a bit much.
Pinckney Pirates, Pioneers.
Pinckney Pirate penalties, Pied Piper. All right, 4:25 to go here in this 3rd quarter, and the Pioneers looking to build on what they did in that last drive. off Lage. Lage goes to the outside after gaining about 5 yards. They're going to call that a late hit.
Oh, definitely.
Flags coming in from every which way. I think the drone dropped a flag on that one, too. Everybody can see how out of bounds that was.
That play right there, that was one of the few times that the Pirates have allowed their aggression to take control. And this is something that they haven't been doing, is giving free yardage to the Pioneers.
Yeah, he's clearly out of bounds. He's way out of bounds. He didn't felt like he'd given himself up at that point, though.
Well, look at the sportsmanship after the game. Try not to, or after the end of the play, not to get the penalty.
Yeah, that's Luke Marhofer. Maybe he's thinking like, hey, maybe if I help this guy up, they won't throw a flag on that. Maybe offsetting karma. But
it's a little different than what we've seen in the past when somebody's gone into the opposite sideline.
Yeah, you usually get a couple of extra shots for your efforts down there.
That's something the Pioneers haven't had, some good penalty yardage. Maybe that'll get them going.
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, this is what it feels like to be on the other side of this, Jazz. Fake to Farhag, hands it off to Lage eventually, and Lage picks up another good chunk of yards.
Wow, what a block downfield there by 52 Crossley. Crossley was all the way, Michael Crossley, down the field at the end of the play. Watch him at the top of the screen. You saw his pant legs going out. He was still blocking a player down the field, and that will spring Lage for one of those bigger gains.
Well, and now we're seeing the Pioneers previous to this quarter.
Watch 52, he's the guard here, right guard. Bam. He's still driving.
Still going.
Still driving. I didn't hear the whistle yet. That's the way you like to. Offensive line coach is going to love that one.
Pioneers instituting some more motion, a little more misdirection, and this quarter it's actually working for them. Previously, these misdirection plays have gone nowhere for them, but now they seem to be right.
Well, the left side of the line did a great job of really collapsing the defensive line out of the play, and Lage just had so much room. He kind of hid up under the blockers. This is the most we've seen a quarterback under center this decade. And he fumbled it.
Bobbled it, mishandles it, but he's still got it up, and he's looking downfield, but nowhere to go with it. Long scrambles for a few more. And you're right, we haven't seen this much under center in quite some time, but it's been working nicely for them. And then even the center there with the 56, Lopez, just couldn't really get it to the hands that he was looking for, it seemed like.
Yeah, well, it still looked like Wong. Once that ball hits your top hand, you got to be pulling that ball out. It looks like he was riding it out as opposed to pulling it in. And lucky for him, that ball bounced, thankfully, right back up to him.
Pioneers now 2nd and 10. Enough of that under center stuff. They're spread very wide. But that misdirection there to Lage now. Lage breaks free for another couple of yards.
And you can see how the Pioneer, their offense, when they're clicking, they can be really successful. Not making the plays, not stubbing themselves in the toe, going forward. Great ball handling out of the quarterback as well, too. And that's not a sight to see for the Pirates.
No, speaking of stubbing yourself in the toe, you don't want to see Nolan Joe Carruthers on the ground there. And he might have some sort of chuck wagon down there, too.
I hope so. That way he can just get back into the play because he's been all over the field for the Pirates tonight. Been a real leader.
Yeah, he's been the X Factor, if you will, checking in social medias.
And if you're watching this right now on YouTube, please do me a favor and follow us. And why not leave a comment or two? I keep asking folks to leave a comment or two. A nice one, please.
And there's Carruthers walking.
He's working it out, pushing away, waving away the trainers. Trainers cannot keep up with him.
He's telling him he's good. I'm good. He's good. I'm good.
Wrap some tape on it and I'm out there.
Cheerleaders, I'm
good. He's taking his own shoe off on the sideline down here, too. He's ready to get back
He wants to get back out there. He wants to get back out there bad, especially where the Pioneers are at right now. He wants to be out there making these plays.
He doesn't want to miss too many.
Nope. You got Wong there with Lage and Farha on either side of him. Farha in motion. Obviously, someone's going to be in motion. Lage there. Nice work waiting for that play to develop in front of him. Makes a move, takes his time.
Well, he's done some Le'Veon Bell running today. And watch this as he just sidesteps the tackler coming in for the Pirates. Allowed him to hit to the turf. And then he gets going. Again, stop, go.
Yeah, the change in speeds, even when you're running north-south, is really impressive. And that's brush the dirt off your shoulders.
Yeah, but you see the calmness of Coach Griggs. He's just walking back now. He didn't have that piece of paper in his hand or anything. Oh, that ball's on the ground.
He had that initially, but then that one hit turf. They're going to want to brush that dirt off his shoulders and get right back to work, but that could have went sour real fast.
Yeah, he took his eyes off of the ball, didn't look it in, and sometimes you're talking about that as a receiver, but as a running back, you definitely need to look it all the way in again.
Well, in the first half, we saw Wong throw a couple of those pitch plays to him, and they were out in front of him. That one was behind him on his hip a little bit, and maybe he wants that lead, or maybe he's used to that lead.
Do the Birdman fly? And I love
this. Almost the Hulk Hogan, I think, too.
I'm stronger on this play.
24-inch pythons.
Oh boy!
On this one, so maybe it's going to be
like 24 inches
sweep right. I don't think there's
like
a jacket
12,
on.
maybe 13.
Pioneers now 2nd and 8. Wong looking for his man right, and that one comes up just a little short, hits Farha in the hands, but Farha was going back. Yeah, exactly.
That ball
the momentum was going.
And watch the pass coming out of Wong here. He's throwing the ball to the strong side, but he doesn't. He had a defender in his face, actually, that made him throw that ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to, and you can see he came in a little low.
And I wonder if Farha might have misjudged that a little bit, because as the ball came out, he didn't go towards it. He kept streaking to the outside.
Yeah, he was on a parallel flat line going onto the goal line.
Yes, or, I mean, it could have been a wind gust that could have pushed that down a little bit too. It is, as we've discussed, it's not great weather out there right now.
It's football weather.
It is football weather, that is true. It's great football weather. Great time to be just sitting at home on YouTube, scanning through this. Wong back, he's got his man, and there's that Micah Powell again. That'll be Powell's 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Purple Gang loves it. Purple Gang loves it.
Oh, they've been waiting for that all night long, too, to get excited. I mean, they've been getting teased all night about this Pioneer offense. They get down the field, and they don't find the end zone. This time, even after the fumble play on the play previous to that, Wong put that ball again between the numbers.
Well, Powell was wide open, too. He made that run, and I don't know if those defensive backs, clearly in a zone, were waiting for him to come deeper, but why would he when he could just stop right at the goal line like he did? So that was a perfectly called play by the Pioneer offensive coordinator, if that was the 24-inch pythons or whatever it might have been. Dial that one up again, yeah.
But, you know, all of that really got going. That was the best drive of the game for the Pioneers. No penalties. And really made some good third down plays there. Wong doing a good job. But, again, after Joe Carruthers went out, that's exactly where the Pioneers really put on that pace and found the back of the end zone.
And this is showing everybody, you, me, the whole audience, this is what this Pioneer team is capable of. Yes, tough team, lots of options, lots of different places they can go. I mean, we've only called Micah Powell's name a few times, but he's come up big every time.
It's kind of very similar with his first touchdown pass to the same side of the end zone for Powell, right? He's getting used to that side. And then we were about to show the Raymond touchdown in between there, but Powell's been finding the favorite side of the end zone.
Well, Powell does a really nice job of turning around and showing to the ball, making sure he's square to it, and letting that thing hit him in the chest where he knows that his quarterback is going to hit him.
We've seen Wong all year long find different receivers as well. He's fallen in love with Brabs a couple games. He found Farha down the field some games. Even Burkhardt, he's found him. Tonight, it's been the Powell night.
Well, it's a big ask for any opposing defense to consistently cover all those dudes. You've got a lot of options out there. Oh, come on. Just kick it. Kick it away. Please.
I wonder if one of the other guys should just kick it.
Oh, I would. I would absolutely do that. If I'm 13, oh yeah. Squib away. Good for all the joking I do about that. There really is good coverage by the Pioneers. coming out of that play.
I still don't like the way you're giving up about 30 yards of field position too every time. I mean, because the onside kick is supposed to catch you off guard. If you're doing it every time, if you're coming up to the line of scrimmage and acting like you're going to do it, but you never actually kick it, it's not tricking too many people.
No.
And you're giving, look at the field position. Every time you're about almost midfield. So it takes out, and it's probably one of the most exciting plays to me is the kick return. It takes a lot of the energy out of that play.
Raymond now rolling right. Finds Beaver, makes a man miss. Knocked down by Christian Gary. Yeah, this Pioneer defense seems to be hitting a lot harder here in the second half.
Just not tackling, though.
But not the wrap-up tackles.
And you can see it here. Gary comes in. Good job again by Raymond throwing to his left. And look at the ball placement. He puts it right on between the 1 and the 5. This is only 15s. Is that the only way that you can be a receiver out here?
Apparently. Houston McCoy got dodged initially. 42 seconds to go here in this third quarter now, and the Pirates are going to try to make something happen. Hand off to Minor. Minor gets the first down, and Pinckney now moving those chains.
And they're being on going back and forth as opposed to just falling in love with the pass, what they've been successful with. But now they're tricking up the Pioneers and going pass run. And you can see a lot of those defenders, looks like they're tired.
I mean, it could very well be the case.
And they haven't been on the field that long is what I'm mentioning. I mean, to be acting like it, no one's really flying to the ball for the Pioneer defense.
Minor again takes that one, spins away, but a really slick tackle there. That's going to be Levi Rosenberg that will bring down Minor, and that will bring the end of this third quarter. Look at that right there.
Good wrap up.
Shoelaces, everything. Really nice. That'll do it for the third quarter, but this one is tight. Stick around to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Fourth quarter action coming
up. Congratulations to CTN on its 50th year anniversary. I'm Barbara Lucas, producer and host for the former CTN program Green Room. Starting in August 2010, Green Room informed Ann Arbor residents of national and local environmental issues, and through expert interviews, provided tips and resources for eco-friendly living. It was an honor to host and co-produce this show that served the Ann Arbor community for over a dozen years. I really appreciate CTN for providing Ann Arbor residents the opportunity to produce their own TV programs. I hope CTN will continue this wonderful service, and I'm looking forward to its 60th anniversary, or even its 100th anniversary. Thanks, CTN.
Here we go, Kevin. Fourth quarter action, 14-6, but Pinckney, they're squirrely, man. Like,
this is still a game. This is still a game, and Pioneer really, I think actually Coach Griggs is probably a little bit pleased with, this game being close because his guys are dialed in, getting ready for the playoffs.
Quick pass out to Beaver again, but wrapped up very quickly.
Are they going to stop the band from playing between the game, or are they just allow them to just play on?
They're just going to rock.
Senior night, just keep rocking
it out, man. It's Friday night. What are you going to do?
Well, it's better than last week when the Huron band left before the final play when they lost the game. I couldn't believe that.
They had places to go.
Yeah, because they didn't have school the next day.
Yeah, that was on a Thursday night.
Yeah,
too.
Thursday
night football.
Leave early against your crosstown rival.
Yeah, they wanted to go check out the game, whatever the football game was.
Wow.
3rd and 9 now with 11:14 to go. Jax Raymond back. That one looks like it slipped out of his hands a bit, but Nolan Joe Carruthers off his hands. Did that defensive player come up with it? And they did.
That was a pick. That was a sweet pick.
Interception.
Is that UC McCoy? 21 comes in. Let's see this, because he took the ball away.
Pioneer takes over.
It looked like it might have hit off Carruthers.
I want to see if he catches it, though. I mean, he turns. That ball does look like it bounces off of the turf just a little. See how?
And it looked like it bounced up into his arms
bounced
right
off
there.
to the turf, up into his other hand.
Yes.
And unfortunately, officials don't have our great cameraman to look at that replay.
Well, and down on the field, his back completely
to the official.
Exactly. Completely covered up what was going on down there, but it sure seemed like that one might have bounced up into his arms. Pioneers don't care, though.
Now, will they go dial up a Malik Farha play? No.
Lage, the running back bell cow for the Pioneers tonight.
Works his way around there.
Oh, we can see the interception here a little bit.
By Max Barish.
Oh, definitely on the ground. Definitely on the ground.
Definitely his
Man, our
turf
camera
and
guys
bounces
have
up.
just been catching some great calls.
44-yard line.
Wonder what that ref is looking at.
Yeah, the Kona Ice, maybe? No, there's no Kona Ice.
No Kona Ice tonight. They get
Even they've called it quits for the season. Eight-yard pickup there for Lage. 2nd and 2 now.
Yeah, Pioneers are in no hurry. 4th quarter, let that clock tick, tick, tick.
Long QB keeper, maybe a little RPO. It's going to be close
I think
to
he
the
got
first. It seemed like at some point he leaned forward or had the ball forward.
First down, Pioneer.
Yeah, smart RPO there. And he's calling the block out as
he's being tackled
as
by
he's
3
getting
players.
ripped down by Budnick. And there's a flag. I think that there's just some sort of magnetic
let's
pull
be real here.
to those flags. This just their natural state is to be on that turf this evening.
It's halfway out of their pockets.
Yeah. Like a gunslinger, just half holstered.
A pirate sword.
No.
Farha.
Long to Farha.
He's waving bye to the house.
No one there that's going to bring him down. You're right. He got away from that first player, and it was a done deal for Malik Farha.
53 yards, and I mean, he makes that play go so fast. I mean, the stiff arm was what really sprung him to the house on that play, because, I mean, the ball, he's got a defender coming right up at him to tackle him. Watch this. Broke down, but after that stiff arm, nobody else had a shot.
Well, Nines seemed to initially, you would have thought that he had the angle on him.
Miller
couldn't
thought
catch
so.
it up.
Yeah, but Farha was, and we've been waiting for that. I mean, it just looks like he's just been waiting. Did he do a little Paul Bunyan down there at the end? I saw that. It's the week to be doing that.
That's right. That is right. PAT coming up here for the Pioneers as they extend their lead to 21-6. And it is just only a matter of time with these Pioneer players. Like we said, they've got so many guys that can make big plays. Farha obviously being one of them. Nice cut.
Nice grab, too, because that was an ugly pass.
And yeah, I really thought that 9 had the angle on him, but the speed behind Farha is really impressive. And the pose, there
we go.
He likes it. He's happy.
9:43 remaining, 4th quarter.
And now the Pinckney Pirates have a lot of work to do if they want to get back in this one. 9:43 to go. Still a lot of time.
Still a lot of time. So now again, I asked you on the fake kickoff kick. We talk about the field position. This is where you want the field to be long for the opponent. So the onside kick, if we see it, because we've seen it every single time, is not the thing I dial up here from Coach Griggs.
Especially with the Pirates, you know, Jax Raymond, he's got an arm. He looks like he can go deep if need be. So giving him a shorter field to work with is probably not in the Pioneer best interest. Maybe they'll kick it away. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll kick it this time. No, I'm not even getting my hopes up anymore. It's never gonna happen.
Sori Yassine, the kicker for the Pioneers.
And as the Pioneers spread out, I'm curious if they'll go low squibber again or if they'll go deep.
He's going deep.
Yeah, there it is.
Whoa, why doesn't he kick like that all the time?
Yeah, he's got a leg. That one's out of bounds, though, is the problem.
Yeah, it's going to go up to the 40, 35.
Legal procedure kickoff there. And either way,
but he had
the Pirates get
leg, right?
Crushed that. That thing got in the air and just kept sailing.
Like an NFL kick. It went out of bounds at about the 5-yard line, so I would think that, watch this kick.
Yeah, this is going to get kicked out almost out of the camera view. Indeed, out of the camera view. And that thing is just going.
That's a rocket. He's got a leg.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. Why aren't we doing that every time?
And still, look at where the field position is. You're still getting good field position for your defense.
And that was a defense for the Pioneers that came in awfully late. I don't know what happened, if there was miscommunication or if the Pirates were just ready to go a little quicker, but it seemed like 2/3 of that Pioneer defense came in way late.
Well, it looks like Al Kakani's going off the field now. I think the Pioneer defense is trying to get some of the younger players in.
8-yard pickup for Miller on that one. And truthfully, that could have been a lot more. If he goes right outside,
yeah, he had the sideline. He had the sideline.
Exactly. The Pioneers' entire squad was not ready for that play. They're very fortunate that didn't become a real problem.
What a pass.
Long throw.
That's got to be a penalty. What? Oh, okay. Here comes the penalty flags. I see a couple on the ground. I was wondering because there was a defensive hold or a pass interference. The ball in the air, it looked like the defender had a jersey.
Yeah, Marhofer there had his man beat pretty handily. It's still tough to say if he's going to catch that one, though, because that ball wasn't inside the throw the way the Marhofer was going. That was still kind of bending outside.
And you can see Farha has his hand on him the entire way up the sideline, so he impeded the receiver from actually releasing and going up there. Not back to this, Pioneer. No more penalties.
And off to Ranowski again.
And Frost was right there in the play, got a handful of them. Frost took him down for a tackle for loss. Haven't said that too many times today for the Pioneers.
Logan Ranowski, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they tried to switch it up with Ranowski again, but he was eaten up by those interior linemen.
And what they're doing is I would rather do that run on second down where they've had some success. Keep the ball in the air with Raymond, because even if you don't complete the pass, you're slowing the clock down by an incomplete ball.
Yeah, I don't hate that mentality at all. Raymond now shotgun. Play action pass, and he's looking deep. He's got a man, but he's covered. As this play breaks down, Raymond's trying to make something happen, but he's going to be brought down about the line of scrimmage. Raymond, very tentative to go running. Maybe he doesn't have that first step speed that we've seen from some of these other quarterbacks here in the SEC, or maybe he's just trying to keep the pass alive.
Well, he's coached well. He didn't throw this ball once he saw it was covered, but he didn't identify or find out where his secondary receiver was at. And so as he's running the ball, the Pioneers are playing zone, so they have all eyes on the quarterback that they can just come in and filter in.
And there's a little toss into the middle. That's Pahola again.
It catches Pahola on the move.
Pahola gets the pass, gets the first down.
And he did a nice job of figuring out where his seam was to cut up the middle.
Big first down there for the Pirates.
Massive first down.
1st and 10 after 30 for Pinckney.
Ranowski to the right of Jax Raymond. Ranowski gets it, takes a big hit.
Last 3 first downs, that's been the play. I mean, just the handoff to Ranowski, and Pioneers are on that. It looks like Gary comes up and lays some wood on the play. Look at that, right in the backfield.
And he actually does a nice job staying with his man, getting those arms wrapped around him, and that's what actually brought him down, not that initial momentum that he smashed into him with.
That looked like a Texas drill in the summer where you jump up and you had to tackle the guy in the hole.
2nd and 9 now. Raymond play action.
A lot of room.
Dancing around. Stays behind and makes that throw on the run to Levi Padola, and Padola just can't bring that one down. How many times have we said that tonight?
Way too many drop balls for the Pirates because the quarterback is under duress. This is really where you want to help him out, right? And to throw the ball on the move like that to the left, a lot of space there to big drop.
Well, and a great job by Raymond to stay behind that line of scrimmage, know exactly where it's at. He saw that spy coming towards him, brought him in a little bit, and made that throw on the run, and it's just unfortunate that he couldn't connect with him. I guess Raymond did his job. He connected with him.
Yeah, in this third quarter, this second half, really, Nick, has been a lot of good defensive play from the backfield from the Pioneers. They're doing some good coverage.
Nolan Joe Carruthers out there, but not to be too much help because Raymond was running for his life almost from the get-go.
Yeah, letting up on the play there was Houston McCoy because it looked like he had a chance to put a big shot on Raymond on the sideline, but as opposed to getting a penalty, he pulls up, and it looks like it was enough for the first down.
And that doesn't seem to be Raymond's bread and butter, that scramble, but he had it in him there and got the first down. That's what you like from any quarterback. That's what you really want from a freshman quarterback.
Well, watch this at the end of the play here while he's coming right towards you. Houston McCoy, 21, comes up right there at the end, and he just slowed down at the play.
Wisely slows down. That's good. Both teams have been nearly penalty-free here in the second half.
Well, they've cleaned up all those personal foul calls. That ball again, that was a rush throw there by Raymond.
Yeah, sailed his man just a little bit.
I like the thought process, though, because the Pioneers have nobody in the middle of the defense. I mean, there's no, back in the day playing a safety, there's no safety out here. I mean, right now you have basically everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, nobody deep.
Well, and that's, I mean, obviously because they're so close to the end zone, but that feels dangerous because some of these wide receivers, have been able to get some separation.
And watch 21 Carruthers on the bottom of your screen here. He's in the slot, nobody over the top in the middle.
Blitz coming from that side. And I think you called it, and I think Raymond was hip to it, but there was just nothing he could do. That pocket collapsed on him so fast.
Brewer comes in on the play, and I think they got some pressure. They brought an extra man, the Pioneers did. Nobody blocks Brewer. And as an offensive lineman, you're taught to block the person to the inside, not to the outside.
And Levi Rosenberg just ran right through one of those Pioneer blockers.
Wait a minute, did we do a LeBron James? We're getting all kinds of celebrations out here tonight.
Just that kind of night, just that kind of Friday, apparently.
Huge play here on third down, 15.
And he's brought down once again.
Rosenberg.
That's Rosenberg now. And it seems like they've found the kryptonite for Raymond. This intense pressure, these blitzes are really giving him fits.
And I think the Pioneers are finding their stride. They're really getting excited, too, here in the fourth quarter. You see the celebrations going on, and no more penalties, too.
And right you are about the celebrations, too. We were talking just 10 minutes ago about how dead they looked and how they were just sleepwalking through this, and now they're the ones jumping up and down, like you said.
It's a football game. Get some excitement going on.
Yeah, it's fun. We're having fun out here.
Fourth down now.
4th and 19 upcoming. He's looking deep. He's got a man in his corner.
Off the fingertips.
And that's Larry Smith, tight end, coming up in the Look how tall he is. Look how tall he is.
I would have thrown it to him,
He's a helmet taller than El Kakani. Yeah, that's definitely the dude you want to look for, especially going up the middle.
I mean, everybody's on a go route. And, I mean, just inches away. And that's the story of the game for the Pirates because in the first half we saw that. Second quarter we saw that. And here we are in the fourth quarter continually still seeing Raymond just missing his receivers by an inch.
And this is the first time we've seen Pinckney, but I'm curious if their whole season has been just inches away like this.
Wow, look at this. This could have really made a big difference because, man, sometimes you want to just keep running as opposed to leaving your feet. But, I mean, it's a split-second decision.
One to Powell. Powell, the ladder. Back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I love it.
It's going to take a lot of work to bring that young man down.
Oh, that's as a lineman.
Wilson gets the
And I think that's Nelson they're calling because we don't have the 66 on our roster here. But what a hook and ladder. Perfect job by Powell.
Perfectly executed by Powell, making that catch, and he sees that coming the whole way, and that stretches out that right side of that left side of the field.
And that really flipped the field for the Pioneers, so now they can really lean on their running to try to close this game out.
Lage brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Anticipating.
Here comes the hook and lateral again.
Timeout, Pinckney.
I love that play.
Yeah. And
he's not running like a lineman either.
No, he's swift for a lineman. That's the best word I've got for him. He's swift. He's built kind of svelte too. He's not like a big burly. He's not a hog mouthy as you'd call him. He's got kind of that build of somebody who like, hey man, give me a chance. Maybe I can run one.
And you saw him just getting some daps going to the sideline. Look at the big lineman. He's on the bench over there catching some air because he had to run more than 2 yards. So
he's got one in him per game.
Yeah,
you give me that one time, but I'll shine.
You can see Farha over there trying to giving him some dap and some play. But yeah, that was funny to watch him come off the field 66, Nelson, and just head beeline for the bench.
Now we see that Pirate huddle. I like those helmets. I like the shine coming off the skull and crossbones. That's always good, off the Jolly Roger, if you will. But you can just feel not a lot of energy coming out of there. You've seen how it's been sucked out of them and just repurposed to those Pioneers.
Especially on a play like that,
yeah.
As opposed to just running, you do a little bit of a trick play and it's successful like that.
Yeah, that's a killer. That's definitely a killer. 2nd and 12 now.
That's a different runner.
Leopold Hausman. I feel like we talked to him. Yeah. We called his name a little bit earlier this season.
And nicely following his blockers in the hole and not trying to run up the back of the blockers. I hate it when the patience of the runners just goes out the window.
Pinckney timeout.
And now we've got a Pinckney timeout as we are looking at the pink out for the
breast cancer awareness.
Yes. I like my man down at the bottom. He's got like the Brett the Hitman Hart glasses going on.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go get me some of those. He's excited. I'm excited for the sunglasses.
Well, I'm looking at the stands now. The band has left the stands before their post game, and man, when the band leaves the stands, it empties out. I mean, it's a huge band they have over there.
It's massive. It is a massive contingent of kids. There's so many of them, but he's still got the hot dog.
He's hot dogging it out.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you get CT in time for that.
That is a dancing wiener, my friend.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you said that.
3rd and 11 now. Wong looking right. He's got his man, and that's Hausman again. Hausman, just a sure-handed dude you want coming down the stretch.
It looked like before the play, though, Pinckney called a timeout, so I think that play may come back. Or did they call it at the end of the play?
Yes.
Yeah, because if you called it, no, it looks like they're calling it after the play.
Yeah, 3rd down. We'll redo 3rd down again.
You see that?
Back to our friend right there.
It looks like he had a little bit of mustard next to him, but the mustard was sitting down. Lost for words?
I can't. I need to be careful. I can't get into it. I'll be over here. I know it's my job to talk, but I have to be real careful right here. I suppose if I'm going to get suspended or get in trouble, the last one's the time to do it, right? If I'm going to go viral, at the end of October is the time to do it, I suppose. All right, so 4th down upcoming here. They're going to go for it. They want to try to get this 1st down and just keep the clock moving. Wong with Lage behind him.
Yeah, they could really run this clock out if they get this first.
And they want to give it to Farha, clearly. He cuts back into the middle, and he's not going to get that first, but man, he did his darndest to make it happen.
Pinckney team is fired up to get back out there for this one now. And a lot of good blocking there, but wow.
That last move right at the end
Thought he had it?
really made it, and that nearly got him there.
Boy, the mist is coming out. This is tough on the camera. You start getting this kind of misty, it's not really rainy, it's just misty coming out, so it's going to fog up your lens a little bit.
Yeah, if you can look out to those lights, I mean, it's just coming in like it's almost fake. It's almost like a movie set, the way that mist is cutting through.
And unfortunately for the Pirates, they're definitely going directly into that wind.
Yeah,
look at that.
See, look at that.
The weather's coming in.
The weather is indeed the weather.
Pirates are used to going through mist and
That's
stuff,
true.
right?
Well, I mean, aren't the Pioneers too? They're forging forward.
Oh boy.
Raymond looking deep the whole way. He's got his man over there. Throws it high, but Beaver, I believe, brings that one down.
Boy, the Pioneers are really being soft on the defense there. And in between, it looked like there were several Pioneers that could have came up and made a play. But good ball placement, high and away. It looked like Beaver kind of bobbled that going to the sideline.
And I misspoke. That was Larry Smith. Man, that kid's tall. Smith is tall. I keep saying it. But no, I think that he put that ball exactly where it needed to be in that soft part of the zone there. 3:36 to go now for Pinckney.
It's the first time getting him on the move to throw the ball.
And that one looking for Smith again, but just a little too high, just a little too wet out there, I think, to really strongly pull that one down.
I think the weather is going to be causing a lot more of these drops than what we've seen in the past. And still a good throw there by Raymond on the move. A little bit high, hard, but still a catchable ball.
Yeah, you can't ask for too much more from your freshman quarterback there.
Look at this. Almost a little bit of push on Smith before the ball got to him.
Yeah, you could be right. And when you are as big of a player as Larry Smith is, you're going to absorb a lot of those pushes and a lot of that contact. Trying for this come-to screen pass. Marhofer there with the reception, but not a lot to show for it afterwards.
No, that one, your defense, like the Pioneers, they had all eyes on the ball, and they flew to it. Good job by Al Kakani, really not allowing him get to the outside, setting the edge. Al Kakani didn't make the tackle, but I think he made the play.
3rd and 11 now coming up, and you've got to make sure everybody's on the right page here.
Well, you're definitely still in four down territory, so you don't need to get entire 11 yards.
That's exactly right. Bottom of your screen there, Nolan Joe Carruthers looking in the slant. He's throwing outside though, but that one slides through his hands. Yeah, that's a weather play. You'd think though, but I hate to harp on it, but the Pirates have had a lot of drops tonight. Even before this rain and this weather came in.
And you got to catch the ball with your hands and not your body. You saw it on that play there.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's a young team. These are growing pains. I mean, think what this team looks like 3 years from now.
Yeah.
If these kids all keep coming out there, they're maturing. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. Well, they got to get their coach with some out of the shorts though. The head coach.
That's how you lead, man. And that one's going deep and just short. Again, the wind, I think, stopped that one and nearly picked off by the Pioneers. That's Jang almost came up with that one.
And that probably will do it for the Pirates here today. I mean, they fought a good game. And Raymond, we saw a lot out of this young kid, but way too many drop passes for the Pirates to be successful on that drive, Nick.
Well, and for a team that only put 6 points on the board tonight, they're exciting. They had a lot of fun players. They had some big plays offensively, a few defensively as well, but drops were a problem. And truly, I think the better team just came out on top.
Yeah, the Pioneers, they played the ball in between the 20s, and a lot of yardage, a lot of penalty yardage was assessed in between those 20s. And it just, the Pioneers did lean on them when they needed to. And Lage was very good as far as running the ball and really eating up that clock when he was running the ball. Looks like there's going to have to be a timeout on the Pioneers because they're trying to get some players in the game that hadn't been in the game. Looks like we even have a new quarterback out there on the field. Looks like Osman was lined up as the quarterback.
Yeah, why not? Maybe a little Wildcat action going out there. Right. And as you see, another just beautiful shot of that rain, mist, dampness just coming to. What about those guys? I just can't say enough good things about everybody that makes this broadcast happen. But I know those dudes out there are cold. On camera tonight, always hard at work. On camera tonight, we do have Katsumi Tim, the guy, Mad Mike Koski up there, Jelani Satchel, Embry, Ken Simpson, in the truck. It's so warm in there. They probably got pizza and hot cocoa. Is Jacob Just Married Smith, and of course Rob Proud Papa Cross is our director here. For Kevin Bryant, I'm Nick Wisniewski. 2:35 to go in this fourth quarter, and like you said, nothing left but screaming here, I believe, for the Pioneers.
And that's why it's a little bit foggy out there. And this new quarterback. The ball probably goes over his head. I wonder, is that a new center as well, too?
And it very well could be. And Hausman does a nice job of tracking that, turning around, and just falling. Just fall on it. No harm, no foul. We're still winning. Clock's still running.
That's Lopez. So you said Lopez before is in the center, so that's still him under, triggering the offense for the Pioneers. As long as the clock is still moving, no harm, no foul. A lot of things the Pioneers are going to have to be working on next week, though, I tell you, before the playoffs. And look at Hausman there on that keeper. That's exactly the way that you need to do it. After you do a play that slips through your hands and goes back, you get the ball and run, right?
You feel like you got something to prove, right?
And you keep the weather's starting to come in hard now.
Yeah, we were just talking there, like not to get too inside baseball, but we've got a lot of wireless equipment.
There we go.
And we're not going to be going out there handing out a key player, but just talking. I really would like Micah Powell for key player.
I would give him the key player of the game next time we run into Micah Powell in the Pioneer hallway. We'll maybe get him to put his initials on the key. But yeah, you're right. No key player of the game tonight with this kind of weather.
And I also loved what you did at the end of last year, giving key player to our crew out there as well. Those guys deserve it as well. They should get to write their name on the key or something like that. Maybe just wear it around the office on Monday, something like that.
Oh, I've seen Mike Koski around. He's flying drones over there on the Huron River, and he's got this big key around his neck.
Yeah, just a great group of guys, a great crew, and you can't ask for anything more. They come to work, they work hard, they don't complain, and they bring stuff. Exactly, they bring everything in there. 32 seconds to go. A lot of hands on hips out there. An interesting way to end this season, Kevin Brown.
Oh, I mean, we've gone through a lot this year, and now we're creeping to the end. The way the weather has crept in here right now. I mean, you can see the way both teams are kind of looking to the sideline saying, is it over yet?
Yeah, both squads for sure have that look about them. And there they are. They will both just pull off to the sidelines.
They called a timeout. It looked like the Pinckney Pirates called a timeout.
Wow.
I think the coach is coach. It's Coach Carpenter. I think he just wanted to show how tough he was a little bit longer. If we showed the Pinckney, the Pinckney huddle, you can see the coach. He's out there with shorts.
Shorts, jacket.
But he has a toboggan on the top of his head.
Yes. It's a look.
That's a lot going on there. That's a lot going on. It looks like he's a Michigan man because he's dressed for play. He's got the basketball shoes on, and he can go hunting because he's got the toboggan on the top of his head, the little hat. He's ready for the rain, so he's got a slicker on. He's Michigan guy.
He's quintessential Midwesterner right there. Right, you are. So after that head-scratchingly timeout?
Well, you can't take him home with you. Last game of the season, and I'd keep the refs out here in this rain if I could too.
Just a pure official spite timeout. Like, I am going to make you stand out here as long as I can. I hope that's true. I honestly want that to be real. And there's the last play of this season, Kevin Bryant. As usual, thank you so much, sir, for coming up here and putting up with me and being the professional that you are. And everybody at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Please stick around, check us out on YouTube, and we'll be around for winter season before you know it, man.
It's coming. You can see it in the air.
As you can. From Holloway Field, for Kevin Bryant, I'm Nick Wisniewski. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you in the winter season with CTN Sports Game of the Week.
You know what else they keep on the top shelf besides the goals?
What's that, man?
Peanut butter.